A sweep over Salt Lake after winning last night 6-3. Mike Wood, a strong outing. He went 5 innings, allowed 5 hits and 1 earned run, did not walk a batter and struck out 3. In fact, the entire Rivercat pitching staff did not walk a batter as they walked none and struck out 9 for the ball game. Mike Wood, though, 67 pitches and was solid, picking up his 3rd victory of the year. As the Rivercats got some nice offensive performances from Bobby Crosby, who had his 12th home run of the year. Dave McCarty, a big 2-run double. He had 2 hits and 4 at-bats. Actually could have had 4 hits. He was robbed by Jeff Guile, the third baseman, once, and also hit a bullet right at Alfredo Ormeziga, the shortstop, in the 7th inning. Coots had an RBI double. He now has 57 RBIs on the year, so everybody contributing. The Rivercats picking up their 48th win of the year. Now 21 games over 500 for the 3rd time this year. Hoping that 3 is a charm, and they try to get 22 games over with the victory here over the Salt Lake Stingers. Our Paint in the Corners pitching matchups presented by Frizzy Paint and Wall Covering, the official paint company of the Rivercats. Going to be right-hander Matt Hensley out of Patrick Henry High School in San Diego, who went to high school with Aaron Harang, who's getting the call for the A's tonight in their ball game, as Hensley will face Rich Harden. Hensley 3-7, 5.96, making his 14th start, 20 walks and 29 strikeouts in 71 innings. He'll be opposed by Rich Harden. Rich 7-2, an ERA of 3.23, making his 12th appearance, his 11th start, 61 1/3 innings. He's allowed 51 hits, issued 22 walks. He has struck out 63, and opponents hitting just 228 against him. And that is our Painting the Corners pitching matchups presented by Frizzy Paint and Wall Covering. When it's time to paint, visit the Frizzy location nearest you. We'll have more after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
My youngest son is 8. The other day at dinner, he looked at me and he says, "Mom, can you promise me Dad will come home?"
The Dr. Laura Show.
And what did you say?
I told him I can't promise you anything.
When you're talking to a kid and they're upset, you have to have the truth. If the truth is not pleasant, it needs to be followed up with very positive things.
Can I tell him I'm in pain, I'm hurting, I'm scared too?
Yeah, we all are. America is. But we have to do our best to be okay, even though we're scared. So you tell them, you're hurting, you're scared, so am I, and Dad is depending upon us to be as okay as we can be so he can focus in on what he has to do.
My son did say this morning, "Mom, I'm proud that my father's making me able to be free."
Talk about it with Dr. Laura.
I tip my hat to your family because you're the family that's the backbone of America, keeping us free and safe.
Noon to 4 on the Talk Station.
Thank you so much for your show.
Talk 650 KSTE. Sacramento's most talked about talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
All right, back here at beautiful Raley Field in West Sacramento, getting ready for the conclusion of this 4-game set. The Rivercats taking on the Salt Lake Stingers, the Anaheim Angel AAA affiliate here in the PCL. And the Rivercats looking for win number 49. As far as Salt Lake is concerned, well, they're 2.5 back in the north. They are 35 and 39. The Rivercats have taken 10 of the 15 meetings between these two clubs, trying to make it 11 out of 16 here. The home plate umpire Jimmy Horton visiting with Ryan West, the first base umpire Matt Schaefer, the third base umpire. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the first pitch. That coming up after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
7, get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
Weekdays 4 to
I've
7
been fighting with the world.
on Talk 650 KSTE.
I really love being controlled by others.
Michael Savage.
It's one of the things I really specialize in, is having people with lower IQs than I telling me what to do, especially when I go to the bathroom.
Follows Dr. Laura.
I have like a criminal's personality in many ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
7, get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
Weekdays 4 to
I've
7
been fighting with the world.
on Talk 650 KSTE. Listen to what ordinary people are saying about the Armstrong and Getty Show.
My wife heard it on the radio, and she told me about it. My son said, "Mom, you ought to try this." He said, "It is really good."
I thought, well, I'm going to try it, and I did.
I got up the next morning, and honest to goodness, I was so thrilled.
I have 3 kids and 6 grandkids. How's that?
Life really wasn't very enjoyable. I put it on and I could function.
I was able to sleep at night.
It definitely lessens the pain.
It's like an answer to a prayer.
I love it.
I'm real happy with it. It's just a great thing.
I can't believe it. I want to tell everybody in the whole world about it.
My wife used to go nuts.
I was a little bit disgusted. It was a miracle. I can't praise it enough.
Please do not quit.
Armstrong and Getty, all natural relief, now a new Gutbuster formula. Use as directed when the boredom of your average talk radio show flares up. Your results may vary. Available as visual stimulation on TV 58. Also available in radio form in Sacramento on Talk 650 KSTE. While supplies last.
Looking at the starting lineup for Salt Lake, the Pacific Coast League AAA affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. It'll be Alfredo Amaziga to lead things off. He is the shortstop. Sean Figgins will bat second. He's at second base. Trent Durrington is the third baseman batting third. It'll be Adam Riggs to bat fourth. He's the designated hitter. Gary Johnson will bat fifth, and he is in left field. Barry Wesson is the right fielder batting sixth. It will be Jeff Guile to bat seventh. He's at first base. Wilnie Evis is doing the catching and batting eighth. And Julio Ramirez is the center fielder, and he is batting ninth. For the Sacramento Rivercats, the Oakland A's AAA affiliate here with the PCL, it'll be Esteban Herman to lead things off. He is the second baseman. Bobby Crosby will bat second. He's the shortstop. Jason Grabowski is the right fielder batting third. And it'll be Dave McCarty to bat fourth. He's at first base. Graham Koontz will be the DH tonight. He's batting fifth. Luis Lopez, he's in the sixth slot playing third base. It'll be Mark Johnson to do the catching and bat seventh. Chris Prieto is in center field batting eighth, and Jose Flores will bat ninth, and he is in left field. As Rich Harden and the Rivercats take the field. Well, Edmonton losing to Las Vegas earlier today. Las Vegas scoring 10 runs in the eighth en route to that 15-9 win over Edmonton. Las Vegas, all in all, had 22 hits in the contest, and the Rivercats, they are just 3 games up on Las Vegas now, as Las Vegas has won their 45th game. They will not go away. They have played some outstanding baseball through this stretch. And the Rivercats, they were fortunate to gain a couple of games, I should say, in the last couple of days. But Las Vegas will not go away anytime soon. Rivercats wondering perhaps if it will be the final series of the year that will determine who wins that South Division crown. The final 4 games in Las Vegas, August 29th, I should say, through September 1st. Those games in Las Vegas, and it'll be interesting to see if those games will be critical at that point. Nashville with a 6-4 lead over Iowa. That game was in the 7th inning. Nashville with a sweep yesterday. As Gilberto Cota homered for the Sounds today. Albuquerque and Colorado Springs, they're scoreless in the 4th. Tucson is leading Oklahoma 3-0. That game is in the 5th. Everything else a little bit later on. Omaha, Fresno just about underway. New Orleans at Portland, and Memphis at Tacoma. Well, Rich Harden making his 12th appearance, his 11th start, 7-2. If he wins this game, he will tie Eric Hilius for not only the team lead, but the league lead. Victories with 8, 22 walks, 63 strikeouts, and 61 1/3 innings. Rich Harden going to try to win game number 8, and he has experience against this Salt Lake club, as he had the start against Matt Hensley back on the 10th of June. He went 5 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He issued 2 walks, and he struck out 6, threw an awful lot of pitches in that ball game. He went around 98 pitches through the 5 innings of work. Actually, 107 pitches in his 5 innings of work in that ball game. Right-hander to the plate in the pitch. Fastball that misses high. First pitch of the game brought to you by Swipes Sun Protection Wipes. The fast, easy, clean way to apply sunscreen. It's 1-0 on Alfredo Amaziga. He switch hitter batting from the left side. As Harden's 1-0 pitch, a busted bat roller outside first and down the line. It's 1-1, and Alfredo Amaziga will have to get a new bat. What a year for Amaziga. Known for his glove, and he has an outstanding glove. We've seen him make some beautiful plays in the 15 games Rivercats have played Salt Lake, but it really has been his bat that has opened up the Angels' eyes. 341, 3 homers, and he's driven in 30 for the year. Rivercats wearing the white uniforms and the black sleeves. The Salt Lake Stingers, the red tops of the gray pants. White letters and numbers. As a 1-1 pitch. Fastball. Amaziga squares to bunt. Pulls away. Takes high. It's 2-1. Harden takes a deep breath. He's out of a windup with the right-hander's 2-1 pitch. Fastball. Foul back to the screen. The fastball at 93. It's 2-2. We'll set the Rivercats for you defensively. Dave McCarty is at first base. Esteban Herman is the second baseman. Bobby Crosby at short. And Luis Lopez at third. With Jose Flores in left, Chris Prieto in center, and Jason Grabowski in right. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That slider misses inside. It's 3-2. Doing the catching is Mark Johnson. And on the hill, the right-hander Rich Harden. Pitch out of a windup. And the 3-2 pitch. That swung on and popped up shallow left center. Going out Crosby. Coming in for it. A long way to go. And it's going to be caught by Crosby. Oh, a great over-the-shoulder catch by the shortstop. Bobby had a long way to go. By the time he made that catch, he was over 100 feet for the infield dirt. A beautiful play as one shortstop robs another. One down. Here is Sean Figgins, the second baseman. Figgins hitting .310 on the year, 2 homers. He's driven in 25 runs, back at his normal position of second base after playing center field a couple of nights ago. Third baseman Lopez in on the grass as Harden looks in. There's a pitch. That's a busted bat pop up. The shortstop Crosby coming up for it. Bobby will make the catch. This time on the infield grass. And they're 2 away. Already 2 busted bats out of 2 hitters. And that will bring up Trent Durrington, the third baseman. Here's the Australian. Durrington hitting .304, 3 homers and 26 driven in. No score, top half of the first. Glad you're with us on this Friday night. This is the conclusion of the 4-game set. The Omaha Royals, they come to town tomorrow night. Take on the Rivercats for 4. The Omaha club, 37-38, as the fastball to Durrington misses high. It's 1-0. Omaha 3 back in the Central, 3 games behind the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That misses a little bit low. It's 2-0 on Trent Durrington, right-handed hitter. Durrington is listed at 5'10", but that is very generous. He is probably 5'8". 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses high. It's 3-0. Jimmy Horton, the home plate umpire. Ryan West at first. Matt Schaefer at third. Another good crowd on hand at Raley Field. There's Harden to the plate, the 3-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. It's 3-1. The Rivercats are now 11 games over 500 here at Raley Field. 21-10, 27-17 away from this ballpark. There's a 3-1 pitch, chased and missed on a fastball at 95, and it's 3-2. Harden comes back with 2 fastballs, and we'll see what he comes back with. 3-2 here. Right-hander looks in. He's out of a windup. And the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung out and popped up. Behind home plate, giving a look as Johnson. That's well out of play. It remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. To get your entry forms at participating Subway sandwich locations, you can win a Subway Series road trip. A road trip to Las Vegas. You can watch the Rivercats play the Las Vegas 51s, that final series of the year we were talking about. Trip includes airfare, hotel, car rental, $500 spending cash. And now for this great trip, Subway, eat fresh. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's taken low with a fastball at 97. Ball 4 to Durrington. So Durrington walks, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Adam Riggs. Designated hitter number 23, Adam Riggs. Here's Riggs. Riggs is hitting .278 on the year, 8 homers and 42 driven in. Durrington being held on by McCarty, and Harden over to first, keep an eye on him. Little cat and mouse between Mike Wood last night and Trent Durrington, and finally Wood was able to pick off Durrington. That was in the second inning after Durrington had singled. But Wood had thrown over there a bunch of times. Durrington always a threat to run. He has 22 stolen bases in 29 attempts. The big 3, the top 3 in the order, I'm going to say the big 3, with Amaziga, Figgins, and Durrington. They're all between 5'7" and 5'9". Right-hander comes set. As the runner goes, the pitch is a strike. The throw down to second base on one hop, and it's in time to get him. Good dig by Herman, and a swipe tag on Durrington. 2-4 on the caught stealing. No runs, no hits, a walk, and nobody left. Probably arguing with the umpire over there, who is Matt Schaefer. And Durrington had a few words for Schaefer. We're through half an inning. Salt Lake nothing, and the Rivercats coming up. Bottom of the first after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
I really love being controlled by others.
Michael Savage.
Because one of the things I really specialize in is having people with lower IQs than I telling me what to do, especially when I go to the bathroom.
Follows Dr. Lord.
I have like a criminal's personality in many ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
Savage. Get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
Weekdays 4 to
I've
7
been fighting with the world.
on Talk 650 KSTE.
Do you know a terrorist? Not long ago, this would have seemed like a ridiculous question, but not anymore. The United States government is offering rewards of up to $25 million for information that prevents an international terrorist act against U.S. persons or property, or brings to justice persons who have committed one. To date, more than $8 million has been paid. Stop and think about it. Information about suspicious activities involving aircraft, about stolen explosives or biological materials, about letters or packages. It all could add up to preventing a terrorist act. Now do something about it. Call Rewards for Justice at 1-800-US-REWARDS, 1-800-US-REWARDS, or email us at mail@rewardsforjustice.net. You may be eligible for a reward. Your call or email will remain confidential. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of State and this station.
Savage.
And we keep hearing from the left that they have a First Amendment right to speak their mind, which they most certainly do.
The Savage Nation.
So when you hear one of these left-wing ninnies saying, I said this, and it's protected, how dare you say to me that it's repugnant? Well, because you are a repugnant, wimpy, left-wing commie red from hell.
This is no place for the faint of heart.
And you ought to be thrown off campus, and you ought to lose your job, and you should have your tenure stripped.
Weekdays 4 to 7
And you don't like it? Let him shut his mouth and salute the flag.
on Talk 650 KSTE.
Matt Hensley is 3-7 in the area of under 6, 5.96, making his 14th start. He has worked 71 innings, allowed 95 hits, 20 runs, and 20 walks. He has struck out 29. Opponents hitting .319 against him. So Hensley, as we said, he faced Rich Harden back on the 10th of June, and it was not a solid outing at all for Hensley. 4 innings, 7 hits. He allowed 9 runs, just 4 of them earned. Issued 5 walks and struck out 1. His line 4.794.51. As he has lost 5 consecutive games. He loses this start, it will break the record for the most consecutive losses by a pitcher in Salt Lake franchise history. As his first pitch to Herman is a fastball taken on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-1. Herman, a right-handed hitter. There's the 0-1 pitch. That's taken high, 1-1. Herman single-handedly offensively beat Salt Lake in that game 2 nights ago, and he had 3 hits, 3 stolen bases, 2 runs scored. Just making things happen on the base paths is the 1-1 pitch. That's bounced on the right side toward the second baseman Figgins. He scoops it up and throws him out, and there's quickly 1 away. So 1 down in the first. That'll bring up the shortstop, Bobby Crosby. There's Crosby. Bobby, a hot hitter. Now hitting .286 with 12 homers. He's driven in 37 runs. Hit a home run in the first inning of that game last night. But Bobby hitting .438 in his last 10 ball games. There's the right-hander Hensley out of a windup in the pitch. Fastball, that's lifted foul down the right field line, slicing out of play, falling short of the Solon Club. And it's 0-1. We'll set the Salt Lake Stingers for you defensively. Defensive alignment brought to you by Noble Way Pest Control. Don't let bugs and rodents drive you away. Call the Knights of the Noble Way at 916-344-5220. There's the 0-1 pitch. That's swung on. Fly ball left field going over for Johnson, and he makes the running catch. About 25 feet from that left field line, and there are 2 away. Now 2 down. That'll bring up Jason Grabowski, the right fielder. And that's 344-5220. It's Jeff Guile at first base. The second baseman is Sean Figgins. At shortstop is Alfredo Amazing. Got at third base Trent Durrington with Gary Johnson in left, Julio Ramirez at center, and Barry Weston in right field. Doing the catching is Willie Evis. And on the hill, the right-hander Matt Hensley. Hensley, 6'2", 220-pound right-hander. He is 24 years old. He'll be 25 in the middle of August. Little problem down the left field line with that wall as it came open. Now Gary Johnson takes care of it. We're ready to go. Here's Grabowski. Jason hitting .317 overall with 8 homers, and he's driven in 35 runs. Grabowski against this Salt Lake team, he has very poor luck. As Hensley to the plate and the pitch. That's swung on, a fly ball to right center. Julio Ramirez going back for it, still going back. He's near the track. Julio under it now and makes the catch. About a foot from the warning track, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3 inning for Matt Hensley. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through 1. Salt Lake nothing and the River Cats nothing. Top of the second after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
We want you to speak out your values.
It's Dr. Laura.
At every opportunity, speak out.
Your best choice.
This is time to speak out.
I love you.
That's like rule number 1.
All the moms in the marketplace, they go take on the day away. Oh.
Let Dr. Laura solve your problem.
There you are.
Walk like Dr. Laura.
Thank you for taking my call.
Okie dokie.
Check her out weekdays noon to 4.
Join the team.
It's Dr. Laura.
Okay.
On Talk 650 KSTE.
Talk to us about the things that matter to you most.
I just have a question about what do you do in a case like that?
What is that that's inside that man that knows that?
Whatever's on your mind, no matter who the host.
And he gave this sickening smirk. Yeah.
Got a question or a gripe or giving someone props.
This is the greatest thing I've seen. I look at life differently.
Doesn't matter because the conversation never stops.
You know, have a reason to put the gun on him.
Armstrong and Getty.
I think they're still handling it with kid gloves and kind of brushing underneath the carpet.
Michael Savage.
Michael, what really happened on September 11th?
And even Dr. Laura.
And it made me so sick, and I just thought, you know, what a jerk. You know?
I don't understand. Is he blind?
I guess my concern is that...
Hit the buttons, dial the numbers, come on, don't be shy. Might be the only chance you get, so don't let it slip.
You do the talking on the talk station. Talk 650 KSTE. Your choice is easy. The talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
We head to the top of the second inning. No score in the ball game. Johnny Dosco with you, and Mark McGee is our engineer. It'll be Riggs, Johnson, and Wesson in the second. Riggs hitting .278, 8 homers, and 42 driven in. Riggs at the plate when Durrington was cut down trying to steal for just the 8th time this year out of 30 attempts. Rich Harden out of a windup, the right-hander's pitch. Fastball taken on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Pitch. That's taken low. Ball 1-1. Harden's last start against Edmonton. 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Issued 2 walks, and he struck out 6 through 110 pitches in that ball game. Riggs, a right-handed swinger. The 1-1 pitch that misses high and away. It's 2-1. And like his previous start, for that start, 2 starts ago, he threw an awful lot of pitches early. The 2-1 pitch, high fastball, that swung on and lifted to shallow center field. Prieto or Flores, it'll be Prieto, the center fielder, to make the catch. And there is one away. So Riggs flies out to the piano man in center field. 1 down. That'll bring up the left fielder, Gary Johnson. The Harden in that start. Guys like Valentino Pascucci and Matt Sapicki, they were fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch. The second inning where he struck out the side. There's the first pitch to Gary Johnson. That's taken inside. It's 1-0. Johnson, left-hand hitter at .253, 4 homers and 35 driven in. In that second inning alone, he must have thrown 25 pitches as the pitch misses inside, and it's 2-0. Hodges did single and Medrano walked. He ended up striking out Scott Sadusky. So he faced 5 hitters. He struck out Sapicki, Pascucci, and Sadusky, but a tough inning pitch count-wise at the 2-0 in there for a strike. It's 2-1 on Gary Johnson. No score, top of the second here at Raley Field. River Cats trying to make it 4 in a row after losing the last 2 games at Edmonton. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's a fastball chased and missed. It's 2-2. Now he's even up on Gary Johnson, left-handed hitter. Rich out of a windup. And a 2-2 pitch. Fastball, got him swinging. 97 with that pitch. So Harden strikes out Johnson, 2 outs. And that will bring up Barry Wesson, the right fielder. Well, you want to journey the historical Sacramento River, connect to dining, shopping, and recreation on the River Otter Water Taxi. Visit riverotter.com for full details. Service running right now. It's only $5 and $3 for kids. Here's Wesson. Here's Harden to the plate in the pitch. Fastball misses high. It's 1-0. Wesson 272, 4 homers, 25 driven in. Showing that cannon for an arm out there in right field. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's chased and missed on a hard slider. It's 1-1. Outfield straight away on Wesson. Had a good year last year and right around the 300 mark for New Orleans. It's a 1-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike. Took something off and it's 1-2. You throw that off-speed pitch at 85. 1-2 the count on Barry Wesson. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That misses low and away. Nice stop by Johnson. 2-2. To repeat, if you didn't hear us on the Heineken On Deck show, we told you Vegas won their baseball game over Edmonton early this afternoon. Vegas had a 10-run 8th inning. 2-2 pitch. Fastball, got him swinging. 97 with that pitch. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Harden. He's faced the minimum through 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through an inning and a half. Salt Lake nothing and the River Cats nothing. Bottom of the second after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Everyone has questions.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
I value your opinion.
Questions.
I'm calling you.
What do you need? When was that? Was it an accident? Did you know that? What should we do? I don't know. When you have questions.
What do you mean you don't know?
Turn to us for the answer.
I like to be informed.
Talk 650. Talk 650 KSTE.
Thank you for being there.
Home of Armstrong and Getty and Dr. Laura.
You guys are dead on at this point.
Sacramento's talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
My first time calling.
Are you ready to talk on Talk 650?
You bet.
Talk about news.
So maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut.
Talk about life.
Is that normal or should I be troubled?
You ready to talk?
You don't know who to believe anymore. It's like...
Well, I'm just going to make a comment on Good morning.
If you're ready for the best talk in Sacramento, tune to Talk 650.
Is there more or should we say goodbye?
KSTE.
Hey, this is Bobby here.
Hi, this is Frank Gorsh, and I'm the Riddler from Batman.
Gee, Wally, I gotta get going on account of the Armstrong and Getty show is on.
Prominently featured on the Armstrong and Getty Show.
This is Al Lewis, Grandpa Munster.
It's our A-list of B-list celebrities.
This is Johnny Cochran. If they don't entertain, you must abstain. From the Armstrong and Getty Show.
Hi, this is Chelsea Charms.
This is Bill Walton. Hi, I'm William Shatner.
Armstrong and Getty. Early mornings on the Talk Station. What are you talking about? Talk about it on the Talk Station. Talk 650 KSTE.
All right, bottom of the second we go. No score in the ball game as Matt Hensley will face McCarty, Kuntz, and Lopez here in the second. Meanwhile, the A's will play the Giants tonight. Aaron Harang against Damian Moss. So it's a big start for Harang. It might be his final chance at least locking up that number 5 spot in the rotation for a little while. But this is a big start for him. 0-1, 5.91 coming in. Goes against Moss, 7-4, 4.41. Game is at Oakland. There's Dave McCarty. David at 273, 13 homers, and 59 driven in. Dave's last home run on the 28th of May against Oklahoma. It has been 23 days since Mac has homered as the right-hander Hensley to the plate in the pitch. Fastball taken for a strike at 2-1. gets Tony Mounts a 3-run job. And the 0-1 pitch, that's chased and missed. An off-speed pitch, it's 0-2. Tony DeFrancesco coaching at third, Roy White at first. There's the 0-2 pitch. That misses low and away with a slider. It's 1-2. It's the 76th game of the year for Sacramento. And as we said, trying to move 22 games over 500 for the first time this year. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball taken on the outside edge. Strike 3 called, and McCarty knew it. So a good pitch from Hensley. And that is the first strikeout for Matt. He's retired the first 4 River Cats he has faced. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Graham Coons. Here's Coach Kuntz at 249 on team leading 15 homers, and he's driven in 57 runs for the year. Kuntz needs 2 RBIs to tie the all-time record for RBIs in the season against Salt Lake. Fastball taken for a strike. It's 0-1. 92 with that pitch. 0-1 to count. No score. Bottom of the second. Right-hander Hensley out of a windup, and the 0-1 pitch. That misses outside. 1-1. Kuntz, I'll tell you, not only enjoys hitting at Raley Field, but he says he loves hitting at that Salt Lake Park. The 1-1 pitch, slider in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. There are many hitters that enjoy hitting at Franklin Covey Field in Salt Lake City. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slider swung on and stroked into right field for a base hit, as if he was expecting it. So Kuntz right on that pitch. And he singles to right. That'll bring up the third baseman, Luis Lopez. There's Lopez. Luis with a base hit and 4 at-bats in the ball game last night. He's now hitting .207 on the year. Still looking for that multi-hit game. It's been almost a month since his last multi-hit game. It's the 26th of May. Middle infield of Amazing on Figgins and double play depth. They are a treat to watch, those two. As Kuntz takes his lead, being held on by Guile. And the pitch. That's chased and missed, and it's 0-1. It's a slider. 0-1 on Luis Lopez. Lopez doing a lot of first pitch swinging of late. And perhaps a little bit over anxious at times. Right-hander looks in. Kuntz takes his lead. And the 0-1 pitch. That's a fastball right down the middle for a strike. It's 0-2. That's how it is when you're struggling, though. You look up there, you're 0-2 consistently. That's how it's been for Lopez of late. 0-2 the count on Luis as Kuntz takes his lead. Matt Hensley comes set, the 0-2 pitch. That's into the hands. This is inside, 1-2. For the White Sox, defeated the Cubs 12-3 today. John Garland, a former Cub, he came up in the Cubs system. He got the victory, 5-6. Sean Estes with a loss, falling to 6-6. Toronto continued their roll. They beat Montreal 8-4. Corey Lytle, his 10th victory of the year, now 10-4. Javier Vasquez, the loss, 6-5. Wells with his 17th home run on that one. Greg Myers continued his tear. 1-2 pitch. He checks his swing and misses inside. They appeal no swing, says Ryan West, the first base umpire. It's 2-2. Houston leading Texas 5-2. Wade Miller and John Thompson in that one. Pittsburgh and Cleveland tied at 4 in the 9th inning. Ramis Ramirez has homered in that one. Right-hander comes set, and the 2-2 pitch. That's a chopper bounced outside third and foul to Tony DeFrancesco, who will find a kid in the stands and flip it to him. Right in the front row, and it's 2-2 on Luis Lopez. Yankees lead the Mets 3-0. That game is in the 8th inning. Jeter and Soriano went back-to-back in that game. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That swung on, line drive down the left field line, falls in for a base hit, roll all the way to the wall. Into third base goes Kuntz, and Tony DeFrancesco will hold him there on a double from Lopez. You can just tell with that swing, he looks more relaxed at the plate right now, Luis Lopez. Well, Lopez with a double down the left field line, and Louis has now hit it 5 straight. That'll bring up Mark Johnson, the catcher. There's John. It's been a long time since Lopez had an extra base hit. Runners on second and third at 1 out. Here's Mark Johnson. Johnson hitting .205, a homer, and 5 driven in. A left-handed hitter at the plate. So Hensley in trouble as the right-hander comes set. And the pitch. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-0. Lopez had not had an extra base hit in the month of June until that double. Here's the pitch. That swung on, a drive to center field, hit pretty well. Julio Ramirez going back, still going back, under it now, makes the catch about 10 feet from the warning track. Tagging is Kuntz. He'll score. The throw to third, not in time. It's 1-0 Sacramento. So Johnson with the sacrifice fly and his 6th RBI of the year as Kuntz comes in to score. Lopez gets to third, 2 down. And that'll go Chris Prieto, the center fielder. So here's Prieto, the piano man, hitting .255 with 2 homers and 18 driven in. Ramirez with a decent arm. Lopez getting into third safely as Hensley out of a windup in the pitch. That swung on and stroked into center field for a base hit. Lopez will score, and the River Cats lead it 2-0. Prieto with his 19th RBI of the year. And another one of Jose Flores, the left fielder. High fives all over the place for Luis Lopez as he comes home. There's Flores. Jose hitting .276, a homer and 12 driven in. 2-0 Sacramento here in the second. You wonder if Hensley is hearing those 4 immortal words in his head. Here we go again. The right-hander does not want to lose his 6th straight and make Salt Lake history as the right-hander comes set. Prieto takes his lead. And Hensley's pitch. And that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. A fastball. It's 0-1. 2 runs, 3 hits for Sacramento. No runs, no hits for Salt Lake. And that's where we are in the bottom half of the second. Prieto takes the lead and over to first. Close play, but back in safely as the piano man. Went in head first. Well, Dinger's gone green. You can check out Dinger's new Vago electric scooter. It's quick, convenient, goes up to 20 miles on a single charge. Great for quick trips around town. You can take it with you on your boat or RV. Visit www.govago.com for more information. Vago, it's about time. Prieto takes the lead. Once again, the right hit over to first. Keep an eye on him. Guile over at first base tonight. He was playing third base last night. They have a bunch of guys that can play all over the place. Durrington is at third base. We've seen him in the outfield, seen him at first base. We've seen him behind the plate. Durrington caught in the game last night. Some of the River Cats, a lot of guys in the River Cats that play a number of positions. Well, with this Salt Lake team, they're even more versatile. Right-hander comes set in the 0-1 pitch. That's a fastball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, as much as Herman contributed offensively 2 nights ago, it was the defense of Jose Flores that really helped the River Cats win that baseball game. 2 outstanding plays in left field, especially the play in the 5th inning to rob Quinlan of a double and most assuredly 2 RBIs with Figgins at first base. As the 0-2 pitch. That misses low and inside. Gets away from Nieves, but not far enough. It's 1-2. Tampa Bay and Florida, they're tied at 1 in the 9th inning. Minnesota and Milwaukee tied at 2 in the 8th. Kansas City leads St. Louis 5-3 in the 6th. A 3-run 6th for St. Louis. Desi Relaford has homered for Kansas City. Once again, Hensley over to first. Keep an eye on Chris Prieto. Hensley was a non-roster invitee this year of the Anaheim Angels. Last year in Salt Lake, he was 7-5. His ERA 4.97. 39 walks, 106 strikeouts, and almost 118 innings of work. Hensley, a 10th round pick of the June 2000 draft. When actually from Rancho Cucamonga to the Salt Lake Club, he skipped Double-A Arkansas. Pitched in Cedar Rapids 2000 and 2001. There's Hensley. The high set, the 1-2 pitch. The runner goes, pitch inside, throw it down to second base. And the tag by Figgins, not in time. He's stolen it. So Prieto steals second base, and for Chris, that is his 3rd stolen base in 5 attempts. The throw from Nieves was low, and Prieto got a decent jump off Hensley. No, it's now 2-2 on Jose Flores. 2-0 River Cats. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. Hensley from the third base side of the rubber looks in. And taking a long time. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, a busted back rounder to third. Up with it is the third baseman Durrington. He will tag out the runner going by Prieto, and the inning is over. So 5 unassisted, but the River Cats do get a couple of runs. 2 runs, 3 hits. There was 1 man left. We are through 2. Sacramento 2, and the Salt Lake Stingers nothing. We'll have the top of the 3rd after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
I don't care if I ever get back.
My youngest son is 8. The other day at dinner, he looked at me and he says, Mom, can you promise me Dad will come home?
The Dr. Laura Show.
And what did you say?
I told him I can't promise you anything.
When you're talking to a kid and they're upset, you have to have the truth. The truth is not pleasant. It needs to be followed up with very positive things.
Can I tell him I'm in pain, I'm hurting, I'm scared too?
Yeah, we all are. America is. But we have to do our best to be okay, even though we're scared. So you tell them, you're hurting, you're scared. So am I. And Dad is depending upon us to be as okay as we can be so he can focus in on what he has to do.
My son did say this morning, Mom, I'm proud that my father's making me able to be free.
Talk about it with Dr. Laura.
I tip my hat to your family because you're the family that's the backbone of America, keeping us free and safe.
Noon to 4 on the Talk Station.
Thank you so much for your show.
Talk 650 KSTE. Savage Nation.
Brett, you're on the Savage Nation.
How you doing? Hello?
All right, next case. You violated the rules of the show.
Savage.
I am not like any other talk show host in America. No one asks me how I'm doing. I don't say, fine, how are you? Then you say, good, glad to hear. Then that wastes 20 seconds.
Michael Savage.
Please don't ask me how I'm doing.
Follows Dr. Laura.
A, you don't know me. B, you don't care. C, I wouldn't tell you.
Weekdays 4 to 7 on Talk 650 KSTE. It's our A-list of B-list celebrities.
This is Johnny Cochran. If they don't entertain, you must abstain. From the Armstrong and Getty Show.
Hi, this is Chelsea Charms.
This is Bill Walton. Hi, I'm William Shatner.
Armstrong and Getty. Early mornings on the Talk Station.
It'll be Guile, Nieves, and Ramirez. 7, 8, 9 to face Rich Harden. He's rubbing up that baseball. Harden striking out Johnson and Weston in that 2nd. Harden has 1 loss since the 24th of April. As the right-hander's pitch. Fastball that misses high. It's 1-0. Guile hitting .219, 6 homers, 17 driven in. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. A breaking ball. It's 1-1. Now this is the Battle of Canada right here. Is Jeff Guile from Langley, British Columbia, Canada. And Rich Harden from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Is the 1-1 pitch. That swung on. A fly ball to right center. The Piano Man got a late jump. He dives, and I believe he trapped it. Did he? No, he did not. He caught it. Holy Kadelka, that might have been a break for the Rivercats. Great diving play by Chris Prieto. It appeared Mary might have trapped it, but the umpire out there, Ryan West, said he did not. So the piano man making a beautiful play. One down. That'll bring up Will Nieves, the catcher. You can tell Prieto, he got a late jump on that. So was able to come up with it. Here's Nieves, hitting .225, a homer and 17 driven in. 2-0 Sacramento here in the third. Well, the tradition continues at Merlino's Freeze, and during the 2003 season, you can redeem your Rivercats ticket stub at area Merlino's locations for a free small freeze when you purchase one, as the fastball is chased and missed 0-1. Merlino's Freeze, Rivercats baseball. It is the coolest ticket in town. 0-1 the count on Nieves, a right-handed hitter. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another fastball chased and missed 0-2. 93 with that pitch. 0-2 on Will Nieves. Right-hander out of a windup. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's line foul down the right field line. Skip into the crowd like a rock on a lake. And count remains at 0-2 on Will Nieves. You can tell Salt Lake, and they have faced Rich Harden before, as we said. This is the second outing for Rich against the Stingers. But they are very late on that fastball. He's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball, that's swung on and popped up. The second baseman, Herman, calling off Kuntz. He's under it, and he makes the catch. About 15 feet from the infield dirt, and there are two away. So 2 down in the third. That'll bring up the center fielder, Julio Ramirez. Harden 3-0 here at Raley Field. His ERA coming in at exactly 2. 5 walks, 23 strikeouts. He's had a lot more time on the road, though. He's worked 43 1/3 innings on the road. 4-2, an ERA of 3.74 away from Raley. Here's Ramirez as the fastball misses high, and it's 1-0. Everybody knows the first 2 starts. Rich Harden with the Midland Club. There's a bunt up along first, and a horrible bunt. A one-hopper right to McCarty. He'll step on the bag, and the inning is over. Ramirez couldn't out a bunt of that any worse than he did right there. And a one-hopper right to McCarty, 3 unassisted. So Rich Harden has faced the minimum through 3. No runs, no hits, no errors coming to that. We're through 2.5. Sacramento 2, Salt Lake nothing. We'll have the bottom of the third after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Hello, Dr. Laura.
She's here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Talk 650.
I appreciate your help with my problem.
Got a problem?
Yeah. Oh, I cannot believe I'm finally talking to you.
Okay, let's go for it. So what? That's it. Wrong. Quiet. Because now you're going to hear it.
Tune in and take your punishment.
Don't ruin my day.
Live.
Does that make sense to you?
Afternoons, right before Savage.
Thank you.
Talk 650.
Listen to what ordinary people are saying about the Armstrong and Getty Show.
My wife heard it on the radio, and she told me about it. My son said, Mom, you ought to try this. He said, it is really good.
I thought, well, I'm going to try it, and I did.
I got up the next morning, and honest to goodness, I was so thrilled.
I have 3 kids and 6 grandkids. How's that?
Life really wasn't very enjoyable. I put it on and I could function.
I was able to sleep at night.
It definitely lessens the pain.
It's like an answer to a prayer.
I love it.
I'm real happy with it. It's just a great thing.
I can't believe it. I want to tell everybody in the whole world about it.
My wife used to go nuts.
I was a little bit disgusted. It was a miracle.
I can't praise it enough.
Please, do not quit.
Armstrong and Getty, all natural relief, now a new Gutbuster formula. Use as directed when the boredom of your average talk radio show flares up. Your results may vary. Available as visual stimulation on TV 58. Also available in radio form in Sacramento on Talk 650 KSTE. While supplies last.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Up antenna.
Hi, you guys.
Switch on.
Love your show.
Easy to work.
Armstrong and Getty.
Press talk button and broadcast from room to room.
Live from Studio C in the morning.
And even house to house.
Why don't you get a cork or something? It's really good for your butt muscles. You know why I have such a nice ass? From years of clamping hard down tight.
The Armstrong and Getty Show. Early mornings on the Talk Station. Talk 650 KSTE.
30 for the Heineken On Deck Show. 11:35 first pitch in the final game of the 8-game homestand. for the River Cats head to Fresno and then Tucson for 8. That series will begin on Thursday. The River Cats will have an off day on Wednesday. So here we go. The right-hander Hensley delivers to Herman in the first pitch. That's a slider taken for a strike at 0-1. Esteban grounded out to the second baseman Figgins in the first inning, 0 for 1, hitting an even 300. Here's Hensley's 0-1 pitch. Oh, it hits him. Fastball came in on Herman and hit him. Got him right in the hand. And he is in pain. Walt Horn will jog out there, the trainer of the River Cats, and check on Esteban. Now Herman hit with a pitch to lead off the third. And as far as Hensley is concerned, that is the fourth batter he has hit this year. You know, there has been some bad blood between these two clubs, and this is the 16th meeting of the season between these two teams. And you hope it doesn't escalate into something real big tonight. But Herman kind of crouching down about 15 feet up that first base line, and he will walk to first base. You can tell he's in obvious pain. So man on first with nobody out. And Bobby Crosby, the shortstop, will be the hitter. So Walt Horn jogs back to the River Cat dugout. Walt Horn in his 20th year in the A's organization. And here's Bobby Crosby, the shortstop. Bobby flied out to the left fielder Johnson in the first inning, 0 for 1. So when Bobby has been seeing good pitches early in the count, he has been taking his hacks at them, and it's been effective. The right-hander comes set. And the pitch. That misses inside of the fastball. It's 1-0. Man on first and nobody out. It is a 2-0 River Cat lead here in the third. And there are times when he sees that first pitch fastball and it's a great pitch. He jumps right on it. 1-0 the count. Esteban Herman takes the lead. Had 3 stolen bases 2 nights ago. Here's the pitch. That's swung on, a fly ball to left field. Going back for it is Johnson near the track. Now on the track near the wall. It makes the catch at the wall. And there is one away as Herman returns to first. So Crosby just missed that. And here's Jason Grabowski, the right fielder. There's Grabowski. Jason flied out to the center fielder Ramirez in the first inning, 0 for 1. Two runs, 3 hits for Sacramento. No runs, no hits for Salt Lake. That's where we are in the bottom half of the third. But the Roseville Auto Mall is a proud sponsor of your River Cats, home to over 8,000 new and used vehicles, 15 dealers, 21 brands, 1 location. Eureka Road off I-80. We know what drives you. Come on, a pretty good lead. We'll see if he's going. Right-hander comes set. He is not going. The fastball misses high. It's 1-0. Grabowski hitting .316 on the year. 8 homers and 35 driven in. He says he hasn't really felt that good rhythm that hitters feel all year. Right-hander over to first. He throws it away. He throws it down the line. Herman into second base, and he will hold there as Figgins will run it in. So he won as Herman at second base. Now runner in scoring position for Grabowski. Those are the things that speed does for you, doesn't it? I mean, worried about Herman at first base. Esteban had a good lead, and Hensley perhaps rushing that throw, trying to do too much, and he throws it down the line. Not just stealing bases. Makes that speed so effective. 1-0 the count as the right-hander looks in. Grabowski, slightly open stance, and the 1-0 pitch misses outside. It's 2-0. It shows you just how good a hitter Grabowski is. He hasn't felt good all year at the plate and still doing what he has done at the plate for the River Cats. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's taken inside. Fastball missed inside. 3-0. Grabowski, though, the other night, it was the first game of this 4-game set, and Jason hit 3 balls right on the screws. I mean, he had the line drive to the right fielder Johnson. They doubled off Crosby in the first. He was robbed by Quinlan, a diving play down the line in the fourth, and perhaps robbed him of 2 RBIs. There's the 3-0 pitch. That's swung on and line foul. Look out over there. Holy Kudelka, was that ball smoked? It's now 3-1 on Grabowski. And then he hit a bullet, the hardest ball he hit of the day. It was a bullet right at Quinlan, the first baseman. So he could have been 3 for 4 instead of the 0 for 4 he took. 3-1 the count as Herman takes the lead. Hensley checks second, and the 3-1 pitch. That's taken inside, ball 4. He lost him. So Grabowski walks. First walk issued by Hensley, and Rich Bombard, the pitching coach, will go out there and check on the right-hander. Dave McCarty, the first baseman, will be the batter. Well, don't miss comedian Jeff Foxworthy appearing at Silver Legacy Resort Casino in Reno. That'll be Saturday, June 28th. Call 1-800-MUST-SEE or visit online at silverlegacy.com for tickets. There's McCarty. McCarty struck out looking in the second. Now the only strikeout victim for Matt Hensley. There's McCarty. McCarty at 272, 13 homers, and driven in 59 runs, which leads the league. Grabowski from first, Herman from second. 2-0 Sacramento in the third as the pitch is swung on and chopped foul into the Rivercat dugout. And it's 0-1. Tomorrow will be a 7:05 start. Heineken on deck at 7. First pitch 7:05. It'll be Scott Mullen, a right-hander, against Eddie Arnell. Edna's looking for his second victory. Sunday, it'll be a 6:05 start. There's the 0-1 pitch. That's bounced up the middle and through for a base hit. Rounding third base is Herman. Ramirez has trouble with it, so Herman will come in and score. And it's 3-0 Sacramento. Again, McCarty is 60th RBI of the year. Ramirez had trouble with it out there in center field. But Herman with good speed. Would have been tough for Julio to throw out Esteban. Grabowski goes all the way to third base. And here's Graham Coons, the designated hitter. They're going to charge Ramirez with an error to allow Grabowski to go to third. Even though McCarty held it first, here's Graham Coons, the designated hitter. So the Rivercats with first and third and 1 out here in the third. And here's Coons, who could put an exclamation point on this inning with a 3-run homer. Coons singled and scored in the second, hitting .252 for the year. Cardi and Grabowski take their leads. Here's the pitch. The Abbas is low, and it's stopped by Nieves. It's 1-0. 3 runs, 4 hits for Sacramento. No runs, no hits, and 2 errors for Salt Lake. That's where we are in the bottom half of the third. Guile holding on McCarty. Runners take their leads. And the 1-0 pitch. That's taken outside. Ball 2-0. Cooch with that fine eye. Graham has walked 54 times this year. By far tops on the club. Left-hand hitter with that wide open stance. Holds the bat very high. The 2-0 pitch. That swung on a foul right below us here. It's 2-1. You know, if Cooch hits a home run here, we mentioned it earlier, he would break the record for the most RBIs against Salt Lake in a 16-game series in franchise history. So he has 16 RBIs against Salt Lake. The record is 18. The last one to do it, Todd Hollingsworth, had 18 RBIs against Salt Lake in a season. Right hitter over to first. And an eye on Dave McCarty over there. Rivercats with 2 in the second and 1 here in the third. It's 3-0 Rivercats. Rivercats looking for their 49th win, trying to go 22 games over for the first time this year. McCarty and Grabowski take their leads as Hensley comes set. And the 2-1 pitch. That's swung on and lifted to left field. Will it be deep enough? Coming up for it, Johnson. He's under it. He makes the catch for the out. Tagging is Grabowski. Here comes the throw. It's cut off as Grabowski scores. And it's 4-0 River Cats. Shao Kuntz with the sacrifice fly in his 58th RBI. As McCarty holds it first, it's a 4-0 River Cat lead. And then up the third baseman, Luis Lopez. Here's Lopez. We'll see if this is the day that Lopez busts out of this thing. He gets 3 or 4 hits. So Luis doubled and scored in the second. His first extra base hit in the month of June. And McCarty at first base with 2 outs. 4-0 River Cats. Matt Hensley in trouble once again. As the right-hander at the belt and the pitch. That's a fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Hensley from the third base side of the rubber. McCarty, not a very big lead over there. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's bounced up the middle. The shortstop Amaziga will glove it. It'll go the short way to Figgins, and the inning is over. 6-4 on the put-up, but the River Cats get 2 more runs. On 1 hit, a walk. There were 2 errors and 1 man left. We're through 3 complete. Sacramento 4. And the Salt Lake Stingers, nothing. We'll have the top of the 4th after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Out. My first time calling.
Are you ready to talk on Talk 650?
You bet.
Talk about him.
So maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut.
Talk about Mike.
Is that normal or should I be troubled?
You ready to talk?
You don't know who to believe anymore. It's like,
well, I'm just going to make a comment on that. Good morning.
If you're ready for the best talk in Sacramento, tune to Talk 650.
Is there more, or should we say goodbye?
KSTE.
You want your freedom? You get off your sorry ass and do it yourself. I like Glenn Beck, and I cannot lie. Those other hosts can't deny. When you tune him in with the itty-bitty grin and a microphone in his face, you'll have fun. But you know what? You can't seem to get the job done. So we're going to come into your part of the world, and we're going to change the face one nation after another. Or we'll die trying. Speak what's on your mind, baby got back.
The Glenn Beck Show, right after Armstrong and Getty at 10 on Talk 650 KSTE.
Good morning.
Front page of USA Today. All right, Michael. Well, that's exactly what I told you.
Your whole show today has been about my life.
Now listen to this. Oh, this is going to be good.
I'd rather shoot myself.
My sweet white hiney. I agree. What Joe said. You're both crazy.
Armstrong and Getty.
Hi, guys. Love your stuff.
You've never heard talk radio like this before.
If that's the soup, I'm having the salad in a roll.
Wake up with Armstrong and Getty.
Frankie's here.
Early mornings on the talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
Welcome to the program.
Therapy's expensive.
My husband and I have some friends. We've had them for about 6 years.
Dr. Laura?
My question is regarding, I'm trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing for a 20-year-old.
Free.
What's on your mind?
Well, I've got a problem with my neighbor.
Dr. Laura.
4 years ago, the wife divorced the husband.
But how do I say it without...
Find your own words,
Afternoons.
sir.
My question is...
Right before Savage.
You're here to teach him.
On Talk 650.
You're his dad.
KSTE.
Brent Durrington. So here's Amaziga. Amaziga hitting .315 against River Cat pitching this year. They're in the 4th inning at the Coliseum. The A's lead the Giants 2-0. That game is in the 4th. That's Harang and Moss. So Aaron Harang is throwing up 3 zeros. And they're in the top of the 4th right now as the right-hander Rich Harden looks in. Into the grass at third is Lopez. Amaziga, a switch hitter, batting on the left side. He popped up to the shortstop Crosby in the first inning, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken a little high. Ball 1, 1-0. 4 runs, 4 hits for Sacramento. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for Salt Lake. Outfield straight away is the 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike on the inside edge, and it's 1-1. We talk about it every time he pitches, but it's amazing how effortless it looks from Rich Harden. There's a 1-1 pitch. That misses high. It's now 2-1. Right-hander stares in. Now out of a windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, chased and missed. It's 2-2. Amaziga back on the 10th against Harden. He was 0 for 3 when he struck out once. Amaziga choking up on that bat even more now as the right-hander's 2-2 pitch. Fastball, that's foul to our left and out of play. That will go in one of the sweeps, and the count remains at 2-2. What a year for this guy, Alfredo Amaziga. It's unfortunate for Alfredo, and really Sean Figgins as well, that you have Eckstein and Kennedy up there, really nowhere to go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, that's lifted down the left field line, slicing out of play. Amaziga checks his bat. Amaziga busted his bat. A little foul ground ball down the first base line in the first inning. 2-2 the count. Here's a 2-2 pitch from Harden. Fastball on the inside edge. Strike three called. So Harden with his third strikeout. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Sean Figgins.
Second baseman number 5, Sean Figgins.
Here's Figgins. Figgins popped up to the shortstop Crosby in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Rich Harden, 21 years old. And as we said, with all the attention he has been getting over the last several weeks, he has handled it beautifully as the pitch taken low, and it's 1-0 on Sean Figgins, another switch hitter. Batted him to the left side. He, like Amaziga, popped up to the shortstop Crosby in the first inning. Figgins slightly open stance as the 1-0 pitch. That's taken inside. It's 2-0. Well, do you want a free ice cream creation from Cold Stone? The River Cats score 3 runs or more this Sunday, June 22nd. Your River Cats game ticket will be good for a free regular size creation at your local participating Cold Stone location. That pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. So get your tickets today for June 22nd. And next time you head to Cold Stone, try Cake Batter Up. It's the River Cats official Cold Stone creation. 2-1 pitch. That's line foul. Look out. The 6th row behind the River Cat dugout on the third base side. It's 2-2. What a gorgeous night for baseball. The River Cats, that's been the theme. It's so many, some hot days, but some beautiful nights. It wasn't that bad today. The 2-2 pitch taken high. It's now 3-2. It was a little warmer today than it was yesterday. So Harden is going all the way to Sean Figgins. Right-hander out of a windup. Now the 3-2 pitch. That's swung on and hit into left field for a base hit. So Figgins going the other way as he singles to left. That's the first hit off Harden in the contest. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Trent Durrington.
Third baseman number 9, Trent Durrington.
So here's the Aussie who walked in the first inning. He was cut down trying to steal by Mark Johnson. 4-0 River Cats. We're in the top of the 4th from Raley Field. Durrington waving that bat back and forth from the right side as Harden comes set. And goes over to first. Keep an eye on Sean Figgins. Figgins on the year with 14 stolen bases in 17 attempts. They have 47 stolen bases between the top 3 hitters in the lineup. Amaziga, Figgins, and Durrington. They have 89 stolen bases overall. And they've been caught 31 times. That pitch taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. In comparison, the River Cats have stolen 42 bases. And Herman has 13 of those bags. 0-1 the count as Figgins takes his lead. Harden comes shedding out of the plate, and finally time was called. Harden went into his delivery, but Durrington to call time. So Rich will try it again. 0-1 the count. One pitch. Off speed, chased and missed 0-2. That's almost unfair. Well, it's time for Neighborhood Trivia presented by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Who was the first team to hit more than 10,000 home runs in the team's history? First team to hit more than 10,000 home runs in their team's history. Good luck. The 0-2 pitch. That's taken maybe a little high. Looked like a pretty good pitch. It's 1-2 on Durrington. Not sure where that pitch missed. No, 1-2 the count. Figgins being held on by McCarty. And the right-hander over first, they haven't picked off. McCarty will feed Herman. Herman will tag out Figgins. He's out. So Figgins, who Harden had a notion was going on that pitch, and they get him 1-3-4. And now Durrington up there with a 1-ball and 2-strike count. 4-0 Sacramento here at the top of the fourth. Well, that is the second Salt Lake Stinger picked off in the last 2 games. It was Durrington last night, now Figgins tonight. Prieto shaded towards right center now as the 1-2 pitch. Splitter, that's chased and missed, down he goes. And Johnson left the throw to first, completed, and does. That's 4 strikeouts now for Rich Harden. He faced the minimum through 4. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We're through 3.5. Sacramento 4, Salt Lake nothing. We'll have the bottom of the fourth after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Life is a ball game.
Do you know a terrorist? Not long ago, this would have seemed like a ridiculous question, but not anymore. The United States government is offering rewards of up to $25 million for information that prevents an international terrorist act against U.S. persons or property, or brings to justice persons who have committed one. To date, more than $8 million has been paid. Stop and think about it. Information about suspicious activities involving aircraft, about stolen explosives or biological materials, about letters or packages. It all could add up to preventing a terrorist act. Now do something about it. Call Rewards for Justice at 1-800-US-REWARDS, 1-800-US-REWARDS, or email us at mail@rewardsforjustice.net. You may be eligible for a reward. Your call or email will remain confidential. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of State and this station.
I really love being controlled by others.
Michael Savage.
It's one of the things I really specialize in, is having people with lower IQs than I telling me what to do, especially when I go to the bathroom.
Follows Dr. Lord.
I'm like a criminal's personality in many ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
Savage. Get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
weekdays 4 to 7.
I've been fighting with the world.
On Talk 650, KSTE.
I really love being controlled by others.
Michael Savage.
It's one of the things I really specialize in, is having people with lower IQs than I telling me what to do, especially when I go to the bathroom.
Follows Dr. Lord.
I'm like a criminal's personality in many ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
Savage. Get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
weekdays 4 to 7.
I've been fighting with the world.
On Talk 650, KSTE.
Faced the right-hander Matt Hensley. Hensley with that errant pickoff throw in the third inning when he tried to pick off Herman. Herman got to second base and the ball rolled down the line. That was the 6th errant throw from Hensley this year as the fastball misses outside. It's 1-0 on Mark Johnson. Johnson with a sacrifice fly in the second inning for his 6th RBI of the year. Here's the right-hander's 1-0 pitch. That's taken a little bit low. It's 2-0. So 2-0 the count on Mark Johnson. Here's 2-0 pitch. That's swung on and foul to our left and below us. And it's 2-1. Houston has won that game over Texas 12-3. A 7-run ninth for the Astros. They win that game at the ballpark in Arlington 12-3. Wade Miller, his 5th win. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that misses high. It's now 3-1. Alex Rodriguez hit his 18th of the year. Atlanta beat Baltimore 6-3. Greg Maddux, his 6th win. He's 6-6 now. 3-1 pitch. That's taken inside, ball 4. So Johnson walks. And that is the second walk issued by Hensley. That will bring up the center fielder, Chris Prieto. Here's Chris Prieto. Piano Man with an RBI single in the second inning for his 19th RBI of the year. It's a 4-0 Sacramento lead here at the bottom of the fourth. Johnson takes his lead from first, being held on by Guile. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a strike. It's 0-1 on Prieto. Well, the answer to our State Farm neighborhood trivia question of who was the first team to hit more than 10,000 home runs? That's right, the New York Yankees. As Jack Clark hit home run number 10,001 on the 20th of April, 1988. 0-1 pitch. That misses outside with a changeup at 21. That was neighborhood trivia brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Doug Pritchard in Davis. For your insurance needs, call Doug at 916-756-1591. That's 756-1591. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Johnson takes the lead, being held on by Guile. As the right-hander's 1-1 pitch. That fastball misses outside. It's 2-1. Rivercats trying to make it 22 out of 32 here at this ballpark this year. And look at the Rivercats' record last year after 75 ball games. Well, they were 32-43, so 16 games better this year. Johnson takes the lead. The 2-1 pitch. That misses low and away. 3-1. The Rivercats have lost 5 games to Salt Lake, 3 of them coming in that last series. Rivercats had taken 5 of the first 7 games. 3-1 the count. Johnson takes the lead as Hensley appears in. And the 3-1 pitch. That's taken on the inside corner for a strike. It's 3-2. Piano Man doesn't strike out a whole lot. He strikes out about 12% of the time. So see, maybe they sent Johnson here at 3-2. Johnson takes his lead. The right-hander, the high set, and the runner goes. The 3-2 pitch. That's hit foul to our left. Another play. Will seat from the concourse into one of the seats, and the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Ed Yarnell and Scott Mullen tomorrow. It is Brad Voiles against Eric Hillius on Sunday. That Sunday game, a 6:05 start, remember. Gates will open at 5. Monday, it'll be Ryan Bierlocker against Justin Dukeshire. That's a 7:05 start that Monday at Raley Field. The runner goes. The 3-2 is swung on and hit off the glove of Guile and into right field for a base hit. Johnson won't stop. He'll go all the way to third. So a hit-and-run single as Prieto picks up his second hit of the ball game, and that'll bring up Jose Flores, the left fielder. The Rivercats have runners on the corners and nobody out. Here's Jose Flores. Flores down to a 5 unassisted put out in the second, 0 for 1, and a 275 for the year. Rivercats threatening again. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Sacramento. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for Salt Lake. And that's where we are in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Prieto from first and Johnson from third. Matt Hensley over to first to keep an eye on the Piano Man, and Chris gets back. And that Tuesday game, that 11:35 start, former Rivercat Mike Feary will get the call for Omaha. That's right, Feary against Mike Wood. Woody coming off that nice start last night, 5 strong innings. Feary against Wood on Tuesday. That fastball taken for a strike. So 0-1 on Flores. Feary having a nice year, 3-1. A year we have 3.5. Prieto from first, Johnson from third. Once again, Hensley over to first. Keep an eye on Chris Prieto. Rivercats with 2 in the second, 2 in the third. That's where we are in the bottom of the 4th. Prieto and Johnson take their leads. And the right-hander steps off once again. And the Rivercats, we opened the benchmark 3 years ago. Rivercats, after 75 games in 2000, were 44-31. They are 4 games better this year. 3 years ago. 2 years ago, in 2001, 34-41 after 75 games. 0-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yeah, Sunday, U.S. Bank Kids Night. June 24th, the final game of this 8-game homestand. It's Planet Peludo Day. Prieto and Johnson take their lead. 0-2 the count. Hensley to the plate, the 0-2 pitch. That's swung on and stroked into left field for a base hit. Johnson will come in and score. Prieto to second base. It's now 5-0 Sacramento. Well, 5 different Rivercats have RBIs. For Flores, his 13th of the year. It's a 5-0 baseball game. And that'll bring up Esteban Herman, the second baseman. Here's Herman. Esteban is 0 for 1. Grounded out to the second baseman. Figgins in the first. Hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Flores from first and Prieto from second. Outfield straight away. Guile is in front of Flores at first as Herman chops one foul. Outside third, and it's 0-1. For Raley Field, Rivercat fans and Krispy Kreme Donuts, the newest triple play available at all Rivercats home games. So see the beautiful ballpark, root for the home team, and enjoy a tasty Krispy Kreme donut. Mariners take their lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Guile surrounding it, under it now, makes the catch near the first base coaching box, and there is one away. So 3F if you're scoring with us, 1 down. That'll bring up the shortstop, Bobby Crosby. Here's Crosby. Bobby is 0 for 2. A couple of flyouts to the left fielder, Gary Johnson. A's lead 2-0. That game is in the 5th. Harang is about 4 hits and no runs through his first 4 1/3. Right-hander checks second. And the pitch. That's swung on and chopped foul. That'll go into the Rivercat dugout on the third base side, and it's 0-1. The A's in that game getting a 2-run single from Tremaine Dye. Scored Burns and Hatterberg. Burns with the base hit in 2 at-bats. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That swung on and line foul down the left field line in that picnic area down there, and it's 0-2. Melhuse getting the start, as is Billy McMillan. So Melhuse and McMillan and Menachino starting for the A's tonight. Runner at first is Flores. The runner at second is Prieto. 1 out. 0-2 the count on Crosby. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's taken low. Ball 1, 1-2. Crosby has hit the ball very well against this Salt Lake club, as he is hitting .353 against Salt Lake pitching. As that pitch misses low, it's 2-2. Yeah, Crosby 18 for 53 against Salt Lake pitching, and has 5 home runs and 10 RBIs. 5 of his 12 home runs have come against this club. 2-2 the count. Flores and Prieto take their leads as Hensley looks into Nieves. The right-hander was back to second base, but back in safely is Prieto. Pretty close play. Figgins being behind Prieto, and they almost got him. 2-2 the count. And Melius hitting 176. Less than 20 at-bats for the A's so far this year. Runners take their lead. The 2-2 pitch. That's swung a high, chop to short, might be two. Amazing will step on the bag, throw to first, double play. So they get the 6-3 inning-ending double play on Crosby. Rivercats do get a run, however, on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We're through 4. Sacramento 5, and the Salt Lake Stingers nothing. We'll have the top of the 5th after this on Talk 650 KST.
Talk to us about the things that matter to you most.
I just have a question about what do you do in a case like that?
What is that that's inside that man that knows that?
Whatever's on your mind, no matter who the host.
And he gave this sickening smirk. Yeah.
Got a question or a gripe or giving someone props.
This is the greatest thing I've seen. I look at life differently.
Doesn't matter because the conversation never stops.
You know, have a reason to put a gun on him.
Talk to us.
Armstrong and Getty.
I think they're still handling it with kid gloves and kind of brushing underneath the carpet.
Michael Savage.
Michael, what really happened on September 11th?
Talk to us.
And even Dr. Laura.
And it made me so sick, and I just thought, you know, what a jerk. You know?
I don't understand. Is he blind?
I guess my concern is that.
Talk to us. Hit the buttons, dial the numbers, come on, don't be shy. Might be the only chance you get, so don't let it slip.
You do the talking on the talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
Talk to us.
Savage. And we keep hearing from the left that they have a First Amendment right to speak their mind, which they most certainly do.
The Savage Nation.
So when you hear one of these left-wing ninnies saying, oh, I said this, and it's protected, how dare you say to me that it's repugnant? Well, because you are a repugnant, wimpy, left-wing commie red from hell.
This is no place for the faint of heart.
And you ought to be thrown off campus, and you ought to lose your job, and you should have your tenure stripped.
Weekdays 4 to 7.
And you don't like it? Let him shut his mouth and salute the flag.
On Talk 650 KSTE.
Speak up. I want you to speak out your values.
It's Dr. Laura.
At every opportunity, speak out.
Your best choice.
This is time to speak out.
I love you.
That's like rule number 1.
All the moms in the marketplace, take on the day away. Oh.
Let Dr. Laura solve your problem.
There you are.
Walk like Dr. Laura.
Thank you for taking my call.
Okie dokie.
Check her out weekdays noon to 4.
Join the team.
It's Dr. Laura.
Okay.
On Talk 650 KSTE.
Sacramento lead. And in the 5th, Rich Harden will face Riggs, Johnson, and Weston as the right-hander from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, has faced the minimum through 4, and he has struck out 4. The 2 base runners against him. Figgins singled and Durrington walked. Here's a line drive into center field. That will fall in for a base hit. So Riggs with a leadoff single here in the 5th. And that will bring up Gary Johnson, the left fielder. Well, the Yankees beat the Mets 5-0. Jason Giambi with a home run in that game and a sellout crowd of over 55,000. Yankee fans making the trip to Shea Stadium. Here's the pitch. Slider misses inside. It's 1-0 on Gary Johnson. Johnson struck out swinging in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. 5 runs, 6 hits for Sacramento. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Salt Lake. Riggs from first as Harden comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Off speed, taken for a strike. 83-mile-an-hour changeup. It's 1-1. The Rivercat fans, buckle up. What's holding you back? The Office of Traffic Safety and the California Highway Patrol remind you to think before you drink and always designate a driver. 1-1 pitch. That is lifted to left field. Coming up for it, Flores. Jose now will make the catch, and there is one away. And Gary Johnson flies out to his opposing number in left. 1 down. That'll bring up the right fielder, Barry Wesson. And Soriano and Jeter homered in that game, as did Jason Giambi. For Giambi is 19th. For Soriano is 19th. Jeter with his 4th. And he petted a solid outing for the Yankees. Here's Wesson from Tupelo, Mississippi, as the right hitter of the plate in the pitch. Taken for a strike at 0-1. And the line for Pettit in that game, Andy goes 7 innings, allows 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and he struck out 8. They're tied at 4 in Pittsburgh in the 9th. Cleveland and Pittsburgh Fastball, that's chased and missed. It's 0-2 on Wesson. Milwaukee has defeated Minnesota in 10 innings, 3-2. Leskanic with his fourth win, now 4-0. And Rincon, the loss, 1-3. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off speed, misses low. It's now 1-2 on Wesson. Detroit leading Colorado 6-3 in the ninth. Cincinnati leading Arizona 3-1. That game's in the sixth. And Anaheim tied with the Dodgers at 2 in the fifth. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's chased and missed on a slider. Down he goes. So Wesson strikes out for the second time. That's the fifth strikeout for Rich Harden. 2 outs in the fifth. That'll bring up Jeff Guile, the first baseman. So here's Guile. Guile was robbed by Chris Prieto. Beautiful play by the Piano Man in shallow left center in the third inning, 0-1. We're in the fifth inning of a 5-0 baseball game. The River Cats lead it. Here's the pitch. Harden delivers high with the fastball. It's 1-0. Hunter takes his lead. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's taken low. Now 2-0. On Jeff Giles, looking for his first taste of the big leagues. Giles' brother Aaron is playing in the big leagues with the Kansas City Royals. There's a 2-0 pitch. That's taken low. Now 3-0. Matter of fact, Aaron Guile was drafted by the Angels as well. The two were in the Angels system together. As the pitch, that misses, ball 4. So Harden walks his fellow Canadian Jeff Guile, and Riggs takes second. So the Salt Lake Stingers get a man to second base for the first time tonight, and that'll bring up Wildy Evis, the catcher, with 2 on and 2 out. Now it's time for our Sutter Health Tip. Sutter Health, the official healthcare partner of the River Cats, presents today's health tip. Well, there are 3 kinds of fitness: aerobic, muscle strengthening, and flexibility. And understanding the differences between each type of fitness will help you set your fitness goals. And reaching a balance between the 3 is important because they affect each other and contribute to total fitness. Cross training. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken high. It's 1-0. That's our health tip brought to you by Sutter Health. Sutter Health, community-based, not-for-profit. Now 1-0 on Nieves, who popped up to Herman at second base in the third, 0-1. Guile and Riggs take their leads. The right-hander's 1-0 pitch. That swung on and popped up. The catcher, Johnson, throws down the mask. He's right around home plate. He makes the catch in foul territory, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, a walk in, 2 left. We're through 4.5. Sacramento 5, Salt Lake nothing. Back with the bottom of the fifth after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Everyone has questions.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
I value your opinion.
Questions.
So I'm calling you.
What do you mean? When was that? Was it an accident? Did you know that? What should we do? I don't know. When you have questions.
What do you mean you don't know?
Turn to us for the answer.
I like to be informed.
Talk 650. Talk 650 KSTE.
Thank you for being there.
Home of Armstrong and Getty and Dr. Laura.
You guys are dead on with this point.
Sacramento's talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
My youngest son is 8. The other day at dinner, he looked at me and he says, Mom, can you promise me Dad will come home?
The Dr. Laura Show.
And what did you say?
I told him I can't promise you anything.
When you're talking to a kid and they're upset, you have to have the truth. The truth is not pleasant. It needs to be followed up with very positive things.
Can I tell him I'm in pain, I'm hurting, I'm scared too?
Yeah, we all are. America is. But we have to do our best to be okay, even though we're scared. So you tell him, you're hurting, you're scared, so am I. And Dad is depending upon us to be as okay as we can be so he can focus in on what he has to do.
My son did say this morning, Mom, I'm proud that my father's making me able to be free.
Talk about it with Dr. Laura.
I tip my hat to your family because you're the family that's the backbone of America, keeping us free and safe.
Noon to 4 on the Talk Station.
Thank you so much for your show.
Talk 650 KSTE.
my first time calling.
Are you ready to talk on Talk 650?
You bet.
Talk about him.
So maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut.
Talk about Mike.
Is that normal or should I be troubled?
You ready to talk?
You don't know who to believe anymore. It's like...
Well, I'm just going to make a comment on that. Good morning.
If you're ready for the best talk in Sacramento, tune to Talk 650.
Is there more, or should we say goodbye?
KSTE.
Fellow Canadians, as Rich Harden was facing Jeff Guile as he walked his fellow Canadian. Well, now I'm talking with a Canadian, Gary Arthur. How are you?
I'm great. This is by far the most dominating performance of the year, I think, at home by any River Cats pitcher. We had another great performance early in the year by Eric Hillius. He just dominated it. It was an early April game, but excuse me, folks. But young Rich Harden, this is the best he's looked that I've seen.
Yeah.
Extremely confident, seems to have command of all his pitches. And you can tell that Salt Lake team is really pressing the two runners they have had on base. Both got caught in rundowns because they're trying desperately to get somebody in a scoring position to get him somewhat unnerved, him being Harden.
It hasn't been unnerved yet. The fastball to Grabowski taken on the inside edge for a strike, and it's 0-1. 5-0 Sacramento in the fifth.
And his fastball has been dominant and sets up his other pitches, but the fact that he's only got one ground ball out tells you about the other outs and 5 strikeouts that they're popping up. They're barely getting a piece of it. And, it's very frustrating.
Here's a bouncer down the first base line. That's a fair ball base hit. Weston to get in the corner. Grabowski will dig for 2. Weston with that strong arm, but the throw to second not in time. It's a double for Grabowski. Jason a double down that right field line to lead off the fifth. And that'll bring up Dave McCarty, the first baseman.
Very frustrating as a hitter at any level. And I played at the lower levels. So I know what it's like to feel dominated by a pitcher that you really are guessing up there, and they are really guessing tonight.
And they're way late on every fastball, as you said. I mean, they're popping it up. Even the high fastballs, they are so late on and popping up those pitches. And in Edmonton, you had guys that were not so much on the hard fastball, but they were fouling off pitch after pitch. And in this ball game, as Hensley to the plate and the pitch to McCarty, that misses low, and it's 1-0.
Well, these two teams have a few issues because we've played them a lot. And I know there's been some yapping back and forth, but whatever Rich Harden wanted to get back at the Salt Lake team, he did it the proper way. He's just had a dominating performance. As I said, command of all his pitches.
Exactly, and that's how you do it. The pitch misses inside, and it counts 2-0. That's how you get your revenge. A 2-hit shutout through 5 innings.
Oh, especially at the professional level. All this yapping, about the walk, and talk the walk, and walk the talk, or whatever it is.
2-0 the count on Dave McCarty as Grabowski takes the lead at second. Matt Hensley to the plate, the 2-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. It's 2-1.
That's not really a baseball. What is that? You got to walk the walk, and if you're going to do the talk.
I think Jimmy Johnson said something like that with the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something. It's a boxing phrase they're taken from when they try and hype the crowd.
2-1 the count as Hensley comes set the 2-1 pitch. That's chopped foul at the River Cat dugout, and it's 2-2.
On another positive note, we're starting to look like the team that was hitting the ball so well early in May and really had that 23-win month of May. We've struggled lately, and last night I thought we were coming out of it, and tonight, much better swings.
Hensley checks second, and the right-hander to the plate, the 2-2 pitch. That swung on and stroked into left field for a base hit. Rounding third base, Grabowski, they'll wave him off. Having trouble with it is Johnson, so McCarty will go to second base, and the River Cats lead 6-0. So I'll give McCarty his 61st RBI this year. And here's Graham Coontz, the designated hitter. So he may not be hitting as many home runs, he's still getting his hits.
He sure is. And he's the undisputed leader in the clubhouse. Crazy George, how many times have you seen him perform? for him.
I had to have seen Crazy George counting a ball at least 30 times.
But you know what? He doesn't age.
He doesn't age, and it doesn't get old to watch him. I mean, I enjoy watching him every time, you know.
No, and the people very much still respond to him. He's got a way about him that gets the crowd to become very cooperative.
You know what's funny, Gary? I saw him at an LA Aztec game probably in the late 70s, and you're right, he has not aged at all. I mean, he looks exactly the same.
But he looked old at the beginning. You know what I mean? So I guess maybe that was all the persona of it.
It's kind of like the Sparky Anderson thing, you know. When he was 35 years old, he looked like he was 55, right?
Isn't that the truth?
He had the gray hair, and so you say, oh, he's aging gracefully, but actually he looked old to begin with. Here's Graham Cooch, the designated hitter, who is 1 for 1. He singled and scored in the second, picked up a sacrifice fly in the third inning. 6-0 Sacramento here in the bottom of the fifth. And Hensley in danger of losing his 6th consecutive game, and that would be the most consecutive losses in Salt Lake history. There's the pitch. And it's taken outside to Cooch, and it's 1-0. Cooch with 58 RBIs on the year. You touched on it last time you were here in the booth about Graham Cooch. And at the beginning of the year, as the 1-0 pitch misses low, it gets away from the Evis, going to third base, and the wild pitch is McCarty. By the way, an error charged to the left fielder Johnson that allowed McCarty to go to second base. That went single E7, but do give McCarty an RBI. And it's 2-0 on Graham Cooch. But his frustration, it didn't lead to much frustration at the beginning of the year, but he wasn't drawing the walks in the first month that he's used to drawing. Now, he's right around 55 walks, and he's been something else.
Well, I don't really recall a first-year AAA player coming in, and in his first 230 at-bats has 54 walks. That's phenomenal.
Absolutely. Pitch misses inside 3-0.
So it says an awful lot about this young man, including being a very good listener and understanding the Oakland philosophy.
3-0 the count. McCarty takes his lead from third. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That misses inside, ball 4. So Graham Cooch walks for the 55th time. And that'll bring up Luis Lopez, the third baseman.
Lopez, pitcher taking day for the River Cats. We need people to actually log in on www.rivercats.com and tell us what they want. How would they like the team picture this year? We've had it in the big form of poster size. We've had it in a puzzle size. Some people think maybe it should be in a fridge magnet size.
I like the magnet. I like the refrigerator magnet. That's where I put all the schedules.
I just wonder if you can get it big enough. I mean, some people got big noses or something like that on the pitch.
Did you just say that? Pitch is swung on and popped up, fell out of play. It was all that just for the setter right there, right? It was all there just for the setter. That's why you brought that up. 0-1 to count on Luis Lopez.
Well, I just don't know if you get the detail in the picture. Some of the people that are. Are you in the picture, Rod? That's right, you are.
I did. 0-1 to count. As the right-hander looks in, Cooch from first and McCarty from third. And you should be able to get your individual pictures on that, right?
Oh, I think the poster is still the best. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved to have a team poster. And you can get so many autographs. Get your autograph, Johnny.
Cooch and McCarty take their leads. Crowd into it here. The 0-1 pitch. That misses inside. Almost hits Lopez. It's now 1-1. I remember you signing autographs in Calgary. The last.
They're pretty desperate up there for autographs.
They were lining up. That was classic. 1-1 the count on Luis Lopez. 1-1 pitch. That swung on and bounced down to the third baseman. Might be 2. Durrington to Figgins for 1. On to Guile. Low, but it's dug out by the Canadian. A double play, but scoring on the play is McCarty. Do not give Lopez an RBI. The River Cats lead 7-0 now. And that'll bring up Mark Johnson, the catcher. It's actually a pretty organized picture day. They got in, got it done, and got the, it's pretty well done.
Yeah, that can be a nightmare. fact that you've broadcast now this Salt Lake team, this is the 16th and final game.
Mr. Johnson swung on and popped up foul territory. Nieves, the catcher, throws down the mask, and he'll make the catch. Hold on to that thought. We're going to have Gary Arthur on at the top of the 6th. But Johnson pops up. Rivercats get a gift run. 1 run, 2 hits, an error, a walk, and nobody left. We are through 5 complete. Sacramento 7. And the Salt Lake Stingers, nothing. We'll have the top of the 6th after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Hey, this is Bobby here.
Hi, this is Frank Gorge, and I'm the Riddler from Batman. You see, Wally, I gotta get going on account of the Armstrong and Getty show is on.
Prominently featured on the Armstrong and Getty Show.
This is Al Lewis, Grandpa Munster.
It's our A-list of feedless celebrities.
This is Johnny Cochran. If they don't entertain, you must abstain. From the Armstrong and Getty Show.
Hi, this is Chelsea Charms.
This is Bill Walton. Hi, I'm William Shatner.
Armstrong and Getty. Early mornings on the talk station.
Listen to what ordinary people are saying about the Armstrong and Getty Show.
My wife heard it on the radio, and she told me about it.
My son said, Mom, you ought to try this. He said, it is really good.
I thought, well, I'm going to try it, and I did.
I got up the next morning, and honest to goodness, I was so thrilled.
I have 3 kids and 6 grandkids. How's that?
Life really wasn't very enjoyable. I put it on and I could function.
I was able to sleep at night.
It definitely lessens the pain.
It's like an answer to a prayer.
I love it.
I'm real happy with it. It's just a great thing.
I can't believe it. I want to tell everybody in the whole world about it.
My wife used to go nuts.
I was a little bit disgusted. It was a miracle.
I can't praise it enough.
Please do not quit.
Armstrong and Getty, all natural relief, now in new Gutbuster formula. Use as directed when the boredom of your average talk radio show flares up. Your results may vary. Available as visual stimulation on TV 58. Also available in radio form in Sacramento on Talk 650 KSTE, while supplies last.
Sacramento's most talked about talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
All right, we head to the top of the 6th inning with the Rivercats leading at 7-0. And in the 6th, it'll be Ramirez, Ameziga, and Figgins to face the right-hander Rich Harden. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Rivercats, no runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Salt Lake. And in the 6th, numbers 9, 1, and 2, talking with Gary Arthur, Senior Vice President, General Manager of the Sacramento Rivercats.
No, the point I was going to ask you is, you've seen this team now 16 times. There's something missing with this Salt Lake team. I can't put my finger on it because they don't have that many errors, 66 in 78 games or whatever it is.
Yeah, the fastball misses high and it's 1-0. I don't know. I talked with Steve Klauke about that. And
they've got team speed with the 3 speedsters. And their pitching, their starting pitching is not that bad.
And their bullpen hasn't been all that bad. So it is a mystery. Pitch chased and missed 1-1. They went on a little bit of a roll a couple of weeks ago. But they just haven't been able to go in that consistent role you see teams go on that are going to contend. They're still in the race, though. The 1-1 pitch misses outside. It's 2-1. Salt Lake 2.5 games back. So really, Portland at 1 game over 500. No one's running away with that race in the PCL North. Here's the pitch. That swung on and lined foul down the first base line. Now remains at 2-2 on Rich Harden. Excuse me, on Julio Ramirez. Ramirez bouncing out to the first baseman McCarty in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's a fastball taken, strike 3 call, 94 miles an hour. Ramirez still standing at the right side of the batter's box, but it was a beautiful pitch. And that is strikeout number 6 for Rich Harden. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Alfredo Ameziga.
It's like that old joke. He turned to the ump and said, I thought that sounded a little high.
Exactly. Can't hit what you can't see, as Walter Johnson said. And here's Alfredo Ameziga, who's 0 for 2. Popped up to the shortstop Crosby in the first, struck out looking in the 4th. Right hand to the plate in the pitch. That's chased and missed. It's 0-1. So a lot of fun coming up here. I know we had Crazy George tonight, but a lot of fun coming up with the Omaha Royals coming to town. And we have that final day game, or one of the final day games of the year, Gary, coming up on the 24th, an 11:35 start. And telling folks to... There's the 0-1 pitch. That's swinging him to the ground towards Herman. He juggles it, spins around, throws to first, and gets him. Amazing with that good speed, so Herman knew he had to hurry. And they're 2 away. That'll bring up the second baseman, Sean Figgins, they're telling people to get their boss to write them a note or get somebody to write them a note for their boss so they can take a half day on that Tuesday.
A long lunch.
That's right.
An early and long lunch. It's somewhat becoming established here. It was a big hit in Vancouver, the Wednesday nooners. But no, we've had 2 very good crowds, and starting at 11:35. That will be the case again next Tuesday, the final game of this series against Omaha. That's the 24th?
That is 24th. First pitch to Figgins, misses high, 1-0. Sean 1 for 2 as the pitch from Harden. That's taken inside. It's now 2-0. 7 runs, 8 hits for Sacramento. No runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Salt Lake.
What I like about it is all the different shift workers, the night people I call taxi drivers, people who have to work at night and can't come out to the ballpark.
That's right.
For evening games, this is for them.
That's it. As Figgins pops one foul over the River Cat dugout, and it is now 2-1 on Sean Figgins. Harden looks in, and the 2-1 pitch. That's swung on and lifted to right field. Jason Grabowski moving over to his right. He's under it. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Gary Arthur, thank you for coming on the program.
Great game to watch.
Absolutely. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through 5.5. River Cats 7, Salt Lake nothing. We'll have the bottom of the 6th after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Savage Nation.
Brent, you're on the Savage Nation.
How you doing? Hello?
All right, next case. You violated the rules of the show.
Savage.
I am not like any other talk show host in America. No one asks me how I'm doing. I don't say, fine, how are you? Then you say, good, glad to hear. Then that wastes 20 seconds.
Michael Savage.
Please don't ask me how I'm doing.
Follows Dr. Law.
A, you don't know me. B, you don't care. C, I wouldn't tell you.
Weekdays 4 to 7 on Talk 650 KSTE.
Do you know a terrorist? Not long ago, this would have seemed like a ridiculous question. But not anymore. The United States government is offering rewards of up to $25 million for information that prevents an international terrorist act against U.S. persons or property, or brings to justice persons who have committed one. To date, more than $8 million has been paid. Stop and think about it. Information about suspicious activities involving aircraft, about stolen explosives or biological materials, about letters or packages. It all could add up to preventing a terrorist act. Now do something about it. Call Rewards for Justice at 1-800-US-REWARDS. 1-800-US-REWARDS. Or email us at mail@rewardsforjustice.net. You may be eligible for a reward. Your call or email will remain confidential. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of State and this station.
Hello, Dr. Laura.
She's here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Talk 650.
I appreciate your help with my problem.
Got a problem?
Yeah. Oh, I cannot believe I'm finally talking to you.
Okay, let's go for it. So what? That's it. Wrong. Quiet. Because now you're going to hear it.
Tune in and take your punishment.
Don't ruin my day.
Live.
Does that make sense to you?
Afternoons, right before Savage.
Thank you.
Talk 650.
No runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Salt Lake. Prieto, Flores, and Herman face the right-hander Matt Hensley. Piano Man 2 for 2. He picked up an RBI single in the 2nd, and he singled in the 4th. So Hensley, unless the Salt Lake Stingers can come back, will lose his 6th consecutive game. Right-hander Hensley, the high set, and the pitch. Fastball taken on the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Piano Man waving that bat back and forth as the 0-1 pitch. Slider taken on the inside corner. It's now 0-2. Pitch now hitting 263 on the year. As Hensley, the high set, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high. Ball 1-2. I'd like to say a special hello to Billy Bean and Paul DePodesta tuning in to River Cats Baseball along with David and Dan. Nice to have you guys with us. You're listening from Oakland is the 1-2 pitch. That misses low. It's now 2-2. We're listening over our internet. So nice to have you guys with us. 2-2 on Chris Prieto. Right-hander. High set in the 2-2 pitch. That's taken low with a slider. It's now 3-2. Now the Piano Man was entertaining in the lobby of the hotel in Edmonton. And he did it in the early morning as well. The 3-2 pitch, he swung on and slapped toward the shortstop Amazigo, who gloves it and throws to first in time. And there was one away. So one down in the sixth. That'll bring up the left fielder, Jose Flores. There's Flores. Flores 1 for 2. Bounced into a 5 unassisted, put out in the second, and he picked up an RBI single in the fourth. Rich Harden allowing 2 hits through his first 6 innings of work. He'll face 3, 4, and 5. Durrington, Riggs, and Johnson in the 7th as the right-hander's pitch. Fastball misses high. It's 1-0. Rivercats with 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. That's where we are in the 6th. 7-0 Sacramento. 1-0 pitch. That's a fastball in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Meanwhile, the A's leading the Giants 4-2. That game is in the 6th. Miguel Tejada has hit his 13th of the year. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That's hit foul on the right side. That will fall short of the Solon Club and bounce in amongst the crowd. It's 1-2. Well, located in the heart of Old Sac, BB Brinks offers a relaxed atmosphere with an emphasis on excellent food and great value. All of the hearty dishes are made to order, feature fresh ingredients and in-season specialties. You can choose from pastas, traditional American dishes, sandwiches, and salads. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Fastball, that's swung on and stroked into right field for a base hit. Jose Flores with his second hit of the contest. The Rivercats now have 9 for the game. No action yet in the Salt Lake bullpen. And that'll bring the second baseman, Esteban Herman. Here's Herman. Herman 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Las Vegas, well, they won their baseball game today. They won 15-9 over Edmonton. A 10-run 8th for Vegas. Vegas ended up pounding out 22 hits. There were 24 runs, 38 hits, and 2 errors in that ball game. Right-hander to the plate in the pitch. Fastball chased and missed 0-1. Tomorrow night, the beginning of a 4-game set against the Omaha Royals. Again, it will be Eddie Arnell getting the call for Sacramento and Scott Mullen for the Omaha club. 0-1 pitch. That's foul back. Look out! Holy Kadelka. Pay attention in those suites. There were some kids that had their backs facing the field of play, and fortunately everybody is okay, but be very careful over there. Right-handed comes set, and the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, misses low. It's 1-2. Have those kids turn around and watch the baseball game. They are with their backs to the game. 1-2 the count on Herman. Right-hander comes set, and the 1-2 pitch. That's chased and missed on a slider. Down he goes. So Herman strikes out. And for Hensley, that is his second strikeout. 2 down. That'll bring up Bobby Crosby, the shortstop. There's Crosby. Bobby is 0 for 3. Flied out to Johnson in left field in the first and the third. And he bounced into a 6-3 inning-ending double play in the fourth. Bobby, right-handed hitter. Flores takes the lead from first. Hensley's pitch. That's taken low. It's 1-0. Rivercats looking for their 49th win of the year. Flores takes his lead. And the 1-0 pitch. That swung on a chopper hit toward the third baseman on 2 outs. Durrington will glove it. The Australian will throw to first on the run, and the inning is over. So 5-3 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, a man left. We're through 6. Sacramento 7 and the Salt Lake Stingers nothing. We're on the top of the 7th after this on Talk 650 KST.
Talk to us about the things that matter to you most.
I just have a question about what do you do in a case like that?
What is that that's inside that man that knows that?
Whatever's on your mind, no matter who the host.
And he gave this sickening smirk.
Yeah.
Got a question or a gripe or giving someone props.
This is the greatest thing I've seen. I look at life differently.
Doesn't matter because the conversation never stops.
You know, have a reason to put a gun on him.
Talk to us.
Armstrong and Getty.
I think they're still handling it with kid gloves and trying to brush it underneath the carpet.
Michael Savage.
Michael, what really happened on September 11th?
Talk to us.
And even Dr. Laura.
And it made me so sick, and I just thought, you know, what a jerk. You know?
I don't understand. Is he blind?
I guess my concern is that...
Talk to us. Get the buttons down, the numbers come on, don't be shy. Might be the only chance you get, so don't let it slip.
You do the talking on the talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
Talk to us.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Up antenna.
Hi, you guys.
Switch on.
Love your show.
Easy to work.
Armstrong and Getty.
Press talk button and broadcast from room to room.
Live from Studio C in the morning.
And even house to house.
Why don't you get a cork or something? It's really good for your butt muscles. You know why I have such a nice ass? From years of clamping hard down tight.
The Armstrong and Getty Show. Early mornings on the talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
So, we're going to come into your part of the world and we're going to change the face one nation after another. Or we'll die trying. Speak what's on your mind, baby got back.
The Glenn Beck Show, right after Armstrong and Getty at 10 on Talk 650 KSTE.
7. Durrington walked and was picked off in the first inning, and he struck out swinging in the fourth. Harden out of a windup at the right-hander's pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The only 2 hits off Rich tonight. Sean Figgins, his single in the 4th inning, and the single to center by Adam Riggs in the 5th. Next pitch, off speed, chased and missed 0-2. Great command tonight for Rich Harden. Durrington, the Aussie, digs into the right side of the batter's box. As Rich Harden to the plate, the 0-2 pitch. That swung on and lifted to right field. Jason Grabowski looking into that night sky. He's under it, and he makes the catch, and there is one away. So 1 down to the 7th. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Adam Riggs. Here's Riggs. Riggs 1 for 2. Flied out to the center fielder, Prieto in the 2nd. He singled in the 5th. Riggs, former Dodger prospect. And the right-hander out of a windup. And the pitch. Fastball, that misses outside. Ball 1-0. Rich has walked 2 in the game. And he has struck out 6. And he has been in control the entire game. He just looks sharp. The 1-0 pitch. That swung on and bounced on 2 offs to third baseman Lopez. He backhands, plants, throws, and gets him. There are 2 away. So 2 outs. That's 6 straight, 8 of 9 retired by Harden. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Gary Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the 2nd, flied out to the left fielder Flores in the 5th. There's a pitch. That misses inside, ball 1-0. Outfield straight away on Gary Johnson. There's a 1-0 pitch. That misses low with the fastball, now 2-0. Harden looking to go to 8-2. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And this is outside. 3-0 now on Gary Johnson. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike on the inside edge. Now 3-1. Well, fans, the Rivercats remind you to make your pitch for recycling, whether you're at Raley Field, at home, at work, at school, or on the go. Do your part for the environment by taking advantage of recycling opportunities. Make your pitch today and every day. Recycle. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball chased and missed. 3-2. 93 with that pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 7-0 Sacramento in the top of the 7th. Glad you're with us on this Friday night. Crazy George entertaining the fans on the Salt Lake dugout as Rich Harden to the plate. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball, that's foul back to our left. Rich Harden rung up that baseball. Former 17th round pick of the June 2000 draft looks in. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball got him swinging. He struck him out a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's his 7th strikeout. He's retired 7 straight and 9 of 10. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. There's 6.5. Get up and stretch. The Rivercats 7, Salt Lake nothing. The bottom of the 7th after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
My first time calling.
Are you ready to talk on Talk 650?
You bet.
Talk about news.
So maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut.
Talk about Mike.
Is that normal or should I be troubled?
You ready to talk?
You don't know who to believe anymore. It's like...
Well, I'm just going to make a comment on that. Good morning.
If you're ready for the best talk in Sacramento, tune to Talk 650.
Is there more or should we say goodbye?
KSTE.
My youngest son is 8. The other day at dinner, he looked at me and he says, Mom, can you promise me Dad will come home?
The Dr. Laura Show.
And what did you say?
I told him I can't promise you anything.
When you're talking to a kid and they're upset, you have to have the truth. The truth is not pleasant. It needs to be followed up with very positive things.
Can I tell him I'm in pain, I'm hurting, I'm scared too?
Yeah, we all are. America is. But we have to do our best to be okay, even though we're scared. So you tell them, you're hurting, you're scared. So am I. And Dad is depending upon us to be as okay as we can be so he can focus in on what he has to do.
My son did say this morning, Mom, I'm proud that my father's making me able to be free.
Talk about it with Dr. Laura.
I tip my hat to your family because you're the family that's the backbone of America, keeping us free and safe.
Noon to 4 on the Talk Station.
Thank you so much for your show.
Talk 650 KSTE.
You want your freedom? You get off your sorry ass and do it yourself. I like Glenn Beck, and I cannot lie. Those other hosts can't deny. When you tune him in with the itty-bitty grin and a microphone in his face, you'll have fun.
But you know what?
You can't seem to get the job done.
So we're going to come into your part of the world, and we're going to change the face one nation after another.
Or we'll die trying.
Speak what's on your mind, baby got back.
The Glenn Beck Show, right after Armstrong and Getty at 10 on Talk 650 KSTE.
Comes in with a record of 1-2. His ERA 2.25, making his 25th appearance. He does have 3 saves on the year. Nickel has allowed 28 hits in his 32 innings, 13 walks, 14 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .235 against him. The Rivercats gave Nickel the loss in the first game of this series as Mark Johnson homered off Nickel in the 7th inning to give the Rivercats a 4-3 lead. Nickel had lost his 2nd game. So here we go. Numbers 3, 4, and 5, Grabowski, McCarty, and Coots. 7-0 Sacramento. Grabowski 1 for 2. They flied out to the center fielder Ramirez in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd, doubled and scored in the 5th. 7-0 Rivercat lead. Rivercats looking for their 49th win overall, looking for their 22nd win out of 32 tries here at Raley Field. Right-hander comes set, and the pitch. That's a fastball that misses away. It's 1-0. Nichols 6'4", 230-pounder as he delivers low. It's 2-0 on Grabowski. Nichols split time between Scranton, the Phillies, Memphis, and San Diego last year. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's swung on. A line drive to left center. That will fall in for a base hit. Ramirez over to cut it off. Grabowski will hold there with a single. So Jason with his second hit of the ball game, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Dave McCarty. There's McCarty. Dave is 2 for 3. Dave struck out looking at the second, an RBI single in the third, singled and scored in the fifth. Now has 61 RBIs, which leads the league. Grabowski takes his lead at first, and the right-hander's pitch. Fastball taken for a strike, 0-1. 94 with that pitch from Doug Nickel. If you're trying to get her to say yes to a date, try Sherry's Berries Chocolate Dipped Strawberry Rose Bouquets. A unique gift, almost too beautiful to eat. Sherry's Berries, call 916-928-3333 as the 0-1 pitch taken for a strike in the outside corner, 0-2. You can visit berries.com for delivery. Cardi, big right-handed hitter. As Grabowski being held on by Guile. And the 0-2 pitch. That's lifted foul on the right side. That will reach the Solon Club. And the count remains at 0 balls and 2 strikes. Cardi actually played for Salt Lake 9 years ago. Played with the Salt Lake Stingers, or the Salt Lake Buzz at that time, in the 94 season. 0-2 pitch. That's taken on the outside edge. Strike 3 called. A fastball. So McCarty strikes out looking, 1 away. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Graham Kuntz. They're in the 7th at the Coliseum. The A's lead the Giants 4-2. It'll be Wesson, Guile, and Nieves, numbers 6, 7, and 8, to face Harden in the 8th inning. As Rich Harden trying to come up with the first complete game for a River Cat this year. Cats with no complete game so far. He has a chance. There's the pitch. That's taken low to the left-hand hitting Kuntz, and it's 1-0. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the River Cats. No runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Salt Lake. Grabowski takes his lead, the 1-0 pitch. Change up, taken for a strike, and it's 1-1. Graham Kuntz putting on another display in batting practice for his towering shots. The 1-1 pitch. That's swung on, hit down to the shortstop. Amaziga might be 2. Alfredo has trouble, goes to second for 1. They're really on to first, not in time. Holy Cadelga. The shortstop, Amaziga, made that throw from his numbers. And he threw it low. Figgins dug it out beautifully, and Figgins relayed to first. There's no chance to get Kuntz there, but they get the 6-4 put out on Grabowski. Very strange play. Amaziga looked almost like a soccer goalie there. And he was able to smother that ball. And he's having a little laugh with Sean Figgins, the second baseman. So 2 down. Here's Luis Lopez, the third baseman. Lopez looking for that first multi-hit game in 25 days. It has been since the 26th of May since Lopez last had a multi-hit game. So we'll try to do it right here with 2 outs and 1 on. To repeat, in the 8th, it'll be Wesson, Guile, and Nieves to face Harden. No runs, 2 hits for Salt Lake in this contest. Here's the pitch from Nickel. Fastball taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Florida with 2 in the 11th. They defeated Tampa Bay 3-1. Kansas City all over St. Louis 10-4. The pitch to Lopez swung on, a fly ball to center field, hit pretty well. Ramirez going back. He's under it now, and he makes the catch about 20 feet from the warning track in left center, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, a man left. We're through 7 complete. It's Sacramento 7 and Salt Lake nothing. Top of the 8th after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
morning.
Front page of USA Today. All right, Michael. Well said. That's exactly what I told you.
Your whole show today has been about my life.
Now listen to this.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I'd rather shoot myself.
My sweet white hiney. I agree. What Joe said. You're both crazy.
Armstrong and Getty.
Hi, guys. Love your show.
You've never heard talk radio like this before.
If that's the soup, I'm having the salad in a roll.
Wake up with Armstrong and Getty.
Frank is here.
Early mornings on the talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
Welcome to the program.
Therapy's expensive.
My husband and I have some friends. We've had them for about 6 years.
Dr. Laura?
My question is regarding, I'm trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing for a 20-year-old.
Free.
What's on your mind?
Well, I've got a problem with my neighbor.
Dr. Laura.
4 years ago, the wife divorced the husband.
But how do I say it without...
Find your own words,
Afternoons.
My question is...
Right before Savage.
You're here to teach him.
On Talk 650.
You're his dad.
KSTE.
I really love being controlled by others.
Michael Savage.
It's one of the things I really specialize in, is having people with lower IQs than I telling me what to do, especially when I go to the bathroom.
Follows Dr. Laura.
I'm like a criminal's personality in many ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
Savage. Get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
Weekdays 4 to 7.
I've been fighting with the world.
On Talk 650 KSTE. Your choice is easy. The Talk Station. Talk 650 KSTE.
The 8th inning, Rich Harden is at 91 pitches. So he will face Wesson, Guile, and Nieves here in the 8th inning. 7 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for Sacramento. No runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Salt Lake. Barry Wesson has struck out twice in the contest. Struck out in the 2nd and the 5th. Harden with 7 strikeouts in the ball game. And Barry Wesson, the right-handed hitter at the plate. Mike Kusevich, left-hander, loosening up in the bullpen for Sacramento. Harden takes a deep breath, number 18, out of a windup. And the pitch to Wesson. Fastball taken outside. Looked like a pretty good pitch. It's 1-0. Top of the 8th inning, 7-0 River Cats. As Harden to the plate, the 1-0 pitch. That misses high. Ball 2, 2-0. Barry Wesson, 11 outfield assists this year as the fastball chased and missed. It's 2-1. Wesson had 20 at-bats for the Astros last year, 4 for 20, a late call-up. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's foul back, 2-2. Fan makes a play in the press box, calling a huge press conference over there. He's on the megaphone, isn't he? 2-2 the count on Wesson. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside edge, strike 3 called, and Wesson knew it. That's the 8th strikeout for Rich Harden. And that'll bring up Jeff Guile, the first baseman. Harden has retired 8 straight, and Tony DeFrancesco coming out there. I believe that's the 97th pitch that Harden threw. And I think that's going to be all for the right-hander. So Mike Kusevich looks like will come in. You have Guile, a left-hand hitter up there. And DeFrancesco going to make the move here. But what a performance by Rich Harden. And he'll get a great ovation as he comes out. Oh, Rich Harden, listen to this crowd for Rich Harden. A standing ovation for Harden. Job by the right-hander. High fives all over the place from his teammates. Kusevich will be the new pitcher. We'll take a 90-second break with 1 out in the 8th. 7-0 River Cats. More after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Next item up is unlimited flat rate wireless service. Let's start the bidding at
$49.
And $49. And what are you getting for a tear down? Put a bit of $49 here down. $39 for unlimited local calling. And now $39 here down. Put a bit of $39. $35 here down. Put a bit of $35. Talk all you want. Flat rate service. And $35 here down. Put a bit of $35. Going once.
$28.99.
Sir, you can't get unlimited wireless service for just $28.99.
You can now. Sure West Wireless offers the lowest rate for unlimited local calling. You pay as little as $28.99 a month for the first 3 months and only $33 a month thereafter. And all your local calls are unlimited. Come in now during our free phone frenzy. Choose from 4 of our hottest phones. They're all free with contract activation on approved credit.
Sold!
Live unlimited and switch to SureWest today. Call 1-866-SureWest or check out SureWestWireless.com. SureWest Wireless. Communicate with confidence.
Subway's got it, and I like it, and I like it hot. How do you like it? I like it hot. Fresh Subway bread and tasty Subway toppings. I like that a lot, but what I really like, you know you like it hot.
Now at Subway, try the new Chipotle Southwest Steak and Cheese Sub. Spicy Chipotle pepper sauce poured over tender strips of steak and melted cheese. With your choice of veggies, all on fresh baked gourmet bread.
I like it, and I like it hot. Subway, eat fresh.
This is Sacramento River Cats Baseball on Talk 650 KSTE.
All right, Jeff Guile will be the hitter against Mike Kusevich. Our first Sure West Wireless call to the bullpen. Sure West Wireless always unlimited. Talk anytime, all the time. And the line on Harden, 7 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. A dominating performance. He threw 96 pitches. And Jeff Guile, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, will face the left-handed submariner Mike Kusevich. Kusevich is making his 9th appearance, no record ERA of 5.87. He delivers pitch to Guile, swung on a fly ball to right field. Drifting back is Grabowski under it, and he will make the catch, and there are 2 away. So 2 outs in the 8th, and that'll bring up the catcher, Will Nieves. So here's Nieves. Nieves 0 for 2, popped up to the second baseman Herman in the 3rd. He popped up to the catcher Johnson in foul territory in the 5th. Kusevich with 7 walks and 9 strikeouts in his 7 2/3 innings of work. Kusevich from the third base side of the rubber to the plate in the pitch. Fastball misses high. It's 1-0. Well, Paragary's Bar and Oven Centro, Cocina Mexicana in the Blue Q. 3 great restaurants in Midtown to visit before or after a great ball game. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's taken inside. It's now 2-0. So 2-0 on the right-hand hitting Will Nieves. 7-0 Sacramento in the 8th. Kusevich comes set, the 2-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. It's 2-1. Only 2 hits for Salt Lake in this ball game. The single by Figgins and the single by Riggs. It's a chopper hit up the middle. It'll be gloved by Herman. He fires to first in time, and the inning is over. So Kusevich retires the first 2 batters he faces. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through 7.5. It's the River Cats 7, Salt Lake nothing. Back with the bottom of the 8th after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
I really love being controlled by others.
Michael Savage.
It's one of the things I really specialize in, is having people with lower IQs than I telling me what to do, especially when I go to the bathroom.
Follows Dr. Laura.
I have like a criminal's personality in many ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
Savage, get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
weekdays 4 to 7.
I've been fighting with the world.
On Talk 650 KSTE. Savage.
And we keep hearing from the left that they have a First Amendment right to speak their mind, which they most certainly do.
The Savage Nation.
So when you hear one of these left-wing ninnies saying, oh, I said this, and it's protected, how dare you say to me that it's repugnant? Well, because you are a repugnant, wimpy, left-wing commie red from hell.
This is no place for the faint of heart.
And you ought to be thrown off campus, and you ought to lose your job, and you should have your tenure stripped.
Weekdays 4 to 7.
And you don't like it? Let him shut his mouth and salute the flag.
On Talk 650 KSTE.
Speak. I want you to speak out your values.
It's Dr. Laura.
At every opportunity, speak out.
Your best choice.
This is time to speak out. I love you.
That's like rule number 1.
All the moms in the marketplace, they go take on the day away. Oh.
Let Dr. Laura solve your problem.
There you are.
Walk like Dr. Laura.
Thank you for taking my call.
Okie dokie.
Check her out weekdays noon to 4.
Join the team.
It's Dr. Laura.
Okay.
On Talk 650 KSTE. Everyone has questions.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
I value your opinion.
Questions.
So I'm calling you.
What do you mean? When was that? Was it an accident? Did you know that? What should we do?
I don't know.
When you have questions.
What do you mean you don't know?
Turn to us for the answer.
I like to be informed.
Talk 650. Talk 650 KSTE.
Thank you for being there.
Home of Armstrong and Getty and Dr. Laura.
You guys are dead on with this point.
Sacramento's talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
Allowed 27 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned. He's issued 12 walks. He has struck out 10. And opponents hitting .284 against him. So Rodriguez getting the call here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Well, the Golden One Credit Union, California's leading credit union, proud to bring you this date in baseball history. It was on this date in 1970 that Brooks Robinson had his 2000th Major League hit, and it was a big one, a 3-run homer off Washington's Joe Coleman in the 5th inning. The Tribe snaps a 2-2 tie. The Orioles hang on for a 5-4 win. This day, 1985, Reggie Jackson's 513th home run sparks the Angels to a 4-0 win over the Indians and moves him past Ernie Banks and Eddie Matthews into 10th place on the all-time list. That is our This Date in Baseball History, brought to you by the Golden One Credit Union, the official credit union partner of the Sacramento River Cats. Fastball is chopped foul. Outside first and down the line by Johnson. It's 0-1. Mark 0 for 1. Sacrifice fly in the second. Walked and scored in the fourth. Popped up to the catcher Nieves in the fifth. Lefty versus lefty as Rodriguez to the plate and the pitch. That's taken low and away. 1-1. Jeremy Fekoch loosening up in the bullpen for Sacramento. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and popped up foul territory, first base side. Giving a look is Guile and Nieves. They'll run out of room. Those 4 rows above the Salt Lake dugout. Count 1-2 on Mark Johnson. So the story tonight, Rich Harden. In 7 1/3 innings of 2-hit baseball. Striking out 8. Rodriguez had him a windup in the 1-2 pitch. That's chased and missed. Down he goes. So Johnson strikes out. 1 away in the 8th. That'll bring up the center fielder, Chris Prieto. Here's Prieto. Chris is 2 for 3. An RBI single in the second. He singled in the fourth. Grounded out to the shortstop, Alfredo Amezaga in the 6th. Lefty versus lefty. Rodriguez is making his 7th appearance against Sacramento. He's 1-0, an ERA of 0, 7 innings, 8 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. As Prieto hits one foul down the first base line, it's 0-1. Rich Rodriguez, former Giant, and he's logged a lot of innings. Got his career. The 0-1 pitch. That swung on a soft line drive hit right at the second baseman Figgins. The piano man is retired. So 2 down, and then I'll bring up the left fielder Jose Flores. Rodriguez was a non-roster invitee this year with the Angels. He has big league time with the Padres, the Cardinals, the Giants, the Mets, the Indians, and the Rangers, and hopefully the Angels this year. 20 years of pro ball, 31 and 22 lifetime in the big leagues, ERA of under 4, over 600 big league appearances. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away. It's 1-0. Turned 40 in March from Thousand Oaks. Almost 12 years of big league service time. 1-0 the count on Flores. A 1-0 pitch. That's lifted down the right field line, slicing in amongst the spectators, and it's 1-1. Well, the tradition continues at Merlino's Freeze, with locations throughout the Sacramento region, 3200 Folsom Boulevard, downtown Plaza Mall, and Raley Field. And coming soon, new locations at the Roseville Galleria and Folsom outlets. Merlino's Freeze and Rivercats Baseball, the coolest ticket in town. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That's a fastball that's lifted down the right field line, slicing just about the same spot. Counts now 1-2 on Jose. In the 9th for the Angel affiliate, it'll be Ramirez, Amezaga, and Figgins, as the Rivercats will look for their 7th shutout of the year. Rodriguez to the plate, the 1-2 pitch. That's popped up foul. On the first base side out of play once again. Well, it's 5-2 in favor of Oakland. That game is in the bottom of the 7th inning. The A's leading 5-2 over the Giants at the Coliseum. Rodriguez taking too much time, and now Flores calls time. Hope you join us tomorrow night. Again, a 7 o'clock Heineken on deck, 7:05, first pitch. Scott Mullen, Ed Yarnell. That pitch misses low. It's 2-2. Sunday, a 6:05 start. Boyles and Hilius of the Heineken on deck at 6. Gates open at 5. Monday, Beerlocker against Dukeshire. Another 7:05 start. 2-2 pitch. That's hit foul past Tony DeFrancesco in the third base coaching box and down the line. Count remains at 2-2. And Tuesday, that 11:35 start. Heineken on deck at 11:30. We will be live from Raley Field, that game, and it'll be Mike Fury against Mike Wood. Fury, former River Cat. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Changeup taken low, 3-2. So Rodriguez has gone all the way to Jose Flores. Rodriguez to the plate, the 3-2 pitch. That's swung on and lifted to center field. Ramirez going back, still going back, and he will make the catch just a few feet shy of the warning track, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3 inning for Rodriguez. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through 8. Last chance for Salt Lake. It's the River Cats 7 and the Stingers nothing. Top of the 9th after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
My first time calling.
Are you ready to talk on Talk 650?
You bet.
Talk about him.
So maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut.
Talk about Mike.
Is that normal or should I be troubled?
You ready to talk?
You don't know who to believe anymore. It's like,
well, I'm just going to make a comment on that. Good morning.
If you're ready for the best talk in Sacramento, tune to Talk 650.
Is there more, or should we say goodbye?
KSTE.
Hey, this is Bobby here.
Hi, this is Frank Gorshin. I'm the Riddler from Batman.
Hey, Wally, I gotta get going on account of the Armstrong and Getty show is on.
Prominently featured on the Armstrong and Getty show.
This is Al Lewis, Grandpa Munster.
It's our A-list of feedless celebrities.
This is Johnny Cochran. If they don't entertain, you must abstain. From the Armstrong and Getty show.
Hi, this is Chelsea Charms.
This is Bill Walton. Hi, I'm William Shatner.
Armstrong and Getty. Early mornings on the talk station. Savage Nation.
Brett, you're on the Savage Nation.
How you doing? Hello?
All right, next case. You violated the rules of the show.
Savage.
I am not like any other talk show host in America. No one asks me how I'm doing. I don't say, fine, how are you? Then you say, good, glad to hear. Then that wastes 20 seconds.
Michael Savage.
Please don't ask me how I'm doing.
Follows Dr. Laura.
A, you don't know me. B, you don't care. C, I wouldn't tell you.
Weekdays 4 to 7 on Talk 650 KSTE. You've never heard talk radio like this before.
If that's the soup, I'm having the salad in a roll.
Wake up with Armstrong and Getty.
Frankie's here.
Early mornings on the talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
Should face the right-hander. The Contra Sure West Wireless called to the bullpen. Sure West Wireless always unlimited talk anytime, all the time. As Gusevich worked 2/3 of an inning and was flawless, nothing to cross. Vikonch is making appearance number 15 on the year. He's 2-1, a ERA of 1.74. He's worked 20 and 2/3 innings, allowed 12 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, issued 8 walks. He has struck out 23, and opponents hitting 167 against him. So Ramirez, amazing on Figgins. River Cat pitchers have retired 10 straight. Don't forget, after the ballgame, we will have our Sure West Wireless postgame show with highlights of tonight's game. We'll have scores. The Pacific Coast League and the Major League scoreboard as Vikonch delivers a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Vikonch, 4 appearances against Salt Lake. No record, ERA of 2.25. 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned as Ramirez fouls one down the left field line. It's 0-2. River Cats with a 2-run second, a 2-run third, a 1-run fourth, and a 2-run fifth. That's where we are in the 9th. 7-0 River Cats. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's chased and missed. Down he goes. So Ramirez strikes out. Peacock took just a little bit off it there, and that'll bring up Alfredo Amezaga, the shortstop. Rivercats are 2 outs away from victory. If you're shopping for a used car, remember a fixed price is not always your best price. Shop at Roseville Auto Mall, Eureka Road off I-80. We know what drives you. So here's Amezaga, a switch hitter batted to the left side. The Rivercats 2 outs away from their 7th shutout of the season. They've been shut out 4 times. Peacock at the belt. And the right-hander's pitch. That swung and bounce to the right side and through for a base hit. So 1 out single by Amezaga. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Sean Figgins. So here's Figgins. It's just the 3rd hit for the Stingers in this ball game. And here's Sean, who was 1 for 3. Popped up to the shortstop Crosby in the first, singled, and was picked off in the 4th. And he flied out to the right fielder Grabowski in the 6th. Peacock comes set. And the pitch. Fastball misses outshot. It's 1-0. Figgins, a tough guy to double up. As Peacock comes set in the 1-0 pitch. That's taken outside, 2-0. You know, Figgins has more triples than doubles this year. That's right, he has 9 doubles and 12 triples. Figgins with the most triples in Salt Lake franchise history as the 2-0 pitch taken high, 3-0. Yeah, it didn't take Figgins that long to break that record. The pitch that's taken for a strike, 3-1. Figgins. That was Salt Lake. Overall, he has 30 triples in his 2 years with Salt Lake, and that's it. He has 30 triples in about 200 games. Here's a little bouncer down to the shortstop Crosby. They will go to second for 1. That's all they'll get. A very close play at second. Amezaga thought he beat it. So 6-4 on the putout as Amezaga is forced out. Figgins saved the first 2 down. That'll bring up the third baseman, Trent Durrington, the last chance for the Salt Lake Stingers. So here's Durrington. Trent is 0 for 2 with a walk. Right-handed hitter, Figgins takes his lead at first. As Peacock at the belt. And the right-hander's pitch. That swung on a busted bat looper down the right field line. That was sliced foul and out of play. And Durrington will have to get a new bat. 0-1 the count. Rivercats 1 out away from victory. 0-1 the count. As Peacock's rubbing up that baseball from 10 feet behind the pitching mound. Peacock's from Shiner, Texas. Town of about 2,000 people. Asked him about, do they have a billboard of you yet in Shiner, Texas? Said no. Said it's a zoo when I do go home to Shiner. Said, but they do not have a billboard as of yet. But hopefully they will get a billboard in Shiner, Texas of the right-hander Jeremy Peacock. 0-1 the count. Durrington, right-handed swinger. Here's the pitch. That misses low, and it's 1-1. Peacock with a tremendous year 2 years ago with the Padres. He had about 1.5, 25 appearances with San Diego. Figgins takes his lead. There's a 1-1 pitch. That's chased and missed 1-2. And the Rivercats are 1 strike away from victory now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 9th inning, 7-0 Sacramento. And yeah, Crazy George getting everybody on their feet. And they cheer on Jeremy Peacock here. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Figgins takes his lead. Jeremy Peacock at the belt. And the right-hander's 1-2 pitch is taken low. It's 2-2. River Cats looking for victory number 49. They would remain 3.5 games in front of Las Vegas, who won their baseball game earlier this afternoon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trent Durrington, the Australian, against Jeremy Feacontz, the Texan, as Figgins takes his lead. And the 2-2 pitch. That's chased and missed. Down he goes, and the River Cats win it 7-0. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. The final score, Sacramento 7, Salt Lake nothing. We'll have more after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Hello, Dr. Laura.
She's here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Talk 650.
I appreciate your help with my problem.
Got a problem?
Yeah. Oh, I cannot believe I'm finally talking to you.
Okay, let's go for it. So what? That's it. Wrong. Quiet. Because now you're going to hear it.
Tune in and take your punishment.
Don't ruin my day.
Live.
Does that make sense to you?
Afternoons, right before 7.
Thank you.
Talk 650.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Up antenna.
Hi, you guys.
Switch on.
Love your show.
Easy to work.
Armstrong and Getty.
Press talk button and broadcast from room to room.
Live from Studio C in the morning.
And even house to house.
Why don't you get a cork or something? It's really good for your butt muscles. You know why I have such a nice ass? From years of clamping hard down tight.
The Armstrong and Getty Show. Early mornings on the Talk Station. Talk 650. KSTE.
My first time calling.
Are you ready to talk on Talk 650?
You bet.
Talk about him.
So maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut.
Talk about life.
Is that normal, or should I be troubled?
You ready to talk?
You don't know who to believe anymore. It's like...
Well, I'm just going to make a comment on Good morning.
If you're ready for the best talk in Sacramento, tune to Talk 650.
Is there more, or should we say goodbye?
KSTE. What are you talking about? Talk about it on the Talk Station. Talk 650 KSTE.
You want your freedom? You get off your sorry ass and do it yourself.
I like Glenn Beck and I cannot lie. Those other hosts can't deny. When you tune him in with the itty-bitty grin and a microphone in his face, you'll have fun.
But you know what? You can't seem to get the job done. So, we're going to come into your part of the world and we're going to change the face one nation after another. Or we'll die trying.
Speak what's on your mind, baby got back.
The Glenn Beck Show.
Right after Armstrong and Getty at 10.
On Talk 650 KSTE.
7-0 the final. We'll come back with the totals along with the Sure West Wireless postgame show after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Morning.
Front page of USA Today. All right, Michael. Well, that's exactly what I told you.
Your whole show today has been about my life.
Now listen to this.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I'd rather shoot myself.
My sweet white hiney. I agree. What Joe said. You're both crazy.
Armstrong and Getty.
Hi, guys. Love your show.
You've never heard talk radio like this before.
That's the soup. I'm having the salad in a roll.
Wake up with Armstrong and Getty.
Frankie's here.
Early mornings on the Talk Station. Talk 650 KSTE. Listen to what ordinary people are saying about the Armstrong and Getty Show.
My wife heard it on the radio, and she told me about it. My son said, Mom, you ought to try this. He said, it is really good. I thought, well, I'm going to try it. And I did. I got up the next morning, and honest to goodness, I was so thrilled. I have 3 kids and 6 grandkids. How's that? Life really wasn't very enjoyable. I put it on, and I could function. I was able to sleep at night. It definitely lessens the pain. It's like an answer to a prayer. I love it. I'm real happy with it. It's just a great thing. I can't believe it. I want to tell everybody in the whole world about it. My wife used to go nuts. I was a little bit disgusted. It was a miracle. I can't praise it enough. Please do not quit.
Armstrong and Getty. All natural relief. Now a new Gutbuster formula. Use as directed when the boredom of your average talk radio show flares up. Your results may vary. Available as visual stimulation on TV 58. Also available in radio form in Sacramento on Talk 650 KSTE. While supplies last.
Welcome to the program.
Therapy's expensive.
My husband and I have some friends. We've had them for about 6 years.
Dr. Laura?
My question is regarding, I'm trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing for our 20-year-old.
Free.
What's on your mind?
Well, I've got a problem with my neighbor.
Dr. Laura.
4 years ago, the wife divorced the husband.
But how do I say it without...
Find your own words, sir.
Afternoons.
My question is...
Right before 7.
You're here to teach him.
On Talk 650.
You're his dad.
KSDE.
Out of the years, they win this one 7-0. Totals in the ball game for the Rivercats: 7 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. For Salt Lake, no runs, 3 hits, and 3 errors. The winning pitcher, Rich Harden, he is 8-2. The losing pitcher is Matt Hensley. He falls to 3-8. And we'll tell you how it happened after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Do you know a terrorist? Not long ago, this would have seemed like a ridiculous question, but not anymore. The United States government is offering rewards of up to $25 million for information that prevents an international terrorist act against U.S. persons or property, or brings to justice persons who have committed one. To date, more than $8 million has been paid. Stop and think about it. Information about suspicious activities involving aircraft, about stolen explosives or biological materials, about letters or packages. It all could add up to preventing a terrorist act. Now do something about it. Call Rewards for Justice at 1-800-US-REWARDS, 1-800-US-REWARDS, or email us at mail@rewardsforjustice.net. You may be eligible for a reward. Your call or email will remain confidential. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of State and this station.
I really love being controlled by others.
Michael Savage.
It's one of the things I really specialize in, is having people with lower IQs than I telling me what to do, especially when I go to the bathroom.
Follows Dr. Laura.
I have like a criminal's personality in many ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
7. Get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
Weekdays 4 to
I've
7.
been fighting with the world.
On Talk 650. KSTE.
I really love being controlled by others.
Michael Savage.
It's one of the things I really specialize in, is having people with lower IQs than I telling me what to do, especially when I go to the bathroom.
Follows Dr. Laura.
I have like a criminal's personality in many ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. I don't like to be told what to do. I have a very rebellious streak since birth.
7. Get it.
Doctor I'd like to kill who pulled me out, yanked me by the head. And ever since then,
Weekdays 4 to 7.
I've been fighting with the world.
On Talk 650. KSTE. Dr. Laura.
4 years ago, the wife divorced the husband.
But how do I say it without...
Find your own words, sir.
Afternoons.
My question is...
Right before 7.
You're here to teach him.
On Talk 650.
You're his dad.
KSTE.
Right-hander, probably with his best performance of the season. Outstanding as he shut down Salt Lake tonight. The Rivercats scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the second. They got a 1-out single from Kuntz. Lopez would double, and that brought Mark Johnson to the plate. Here's the pitch. That swung on, a drive to center field, hit pretty well. Julio Ramirez going back, still going back, under it now, makes the catch, about 10 feet from the warning track. Tagging is Kuntz, he'll score. The throw to third, not in time. It's 1-0 Sacramento. That's right, a 1-0 Rivercat lead. Then Chris Prieto would single home Lopez to make it 2-0. And the Rivercats wouldn't stop there as Harden would work a 1-2-3 third. But in the bottom half of the third, Rivercats would get it going as Herman was hit by a pitch. And Matt Hensley would try to pick off Herman. He would throw it down the right field line for his 6th errant throw of the year. And 1 out later, Grabowski would walk. That brought Dave McCarty to the plate. He would come through with an RBI single. And the very next hitter was Graham Kuntz. The 2-1 pitch. That swung on and lifted to left field. Will it be deep enough? Coming up for it, Johnson. He's under it. He makes the catch for the out. Tagging is Grabowski. Here comes the throw. It's cut off as Grabowski scores, and it's 4-0 Rivercats. That's right. The Rivercats with a 4-0 lead, and they would add to that 4-0 lead in the bottom half of the 4th inning as Johnson would lead off with a walk. Prieto would single, and that brought Jose Flores to the plate. Hensley to the plate, the 0-2 pitch. That swung on and stroked into left field for a base hit. Johnson will come in and score. Prieto to second base. It's now 5-0 Sacramento. Yeah, the Rivercats would lead 5-0. Well, in the bottom half of the 5th, they get it going again. A double by Grabowski, and that brought Dave McCarty to the plate. And the right-hander to the plate, the 2-2 pitch. That swung on and stroked into left field for a base hit. Rounding third base, Grabowski, they'll wave him off. Having trouble with it is Johnson, so McCarty will go to second base, and the Rivercats lead 6-0. Yeah, that made it 6-0. McCarty would move to third on a wild pitch. He would end up scoring on a 5-4-3. double play hit into by Lopez, so McCarty would end up scoring on the play, and the River Cats had 2 in the 5th, and they led 7-0. Well, Rich Harden breezing right along through his 7 innings of work, and he faced Barry Wesson in the 8th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside edge, strike 3 called, and Wesson knew it. That's the 8th strikeout for Rich Harden. And that'll bring up Jeff Guile, the first baseman. That's right, 8 strikeouts all told for Rich Harden. He threw 96 pitches. I wanted to play that strikeout for you on Barry Wesson, but a truly dominating performance by the right-hander as the River Cats would get a combined shutout. They'd win this one by a final score of 7-0. When we come back, we'll have the pitching lines and the PCL scoreboard. That coming up after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
Talk to us about the things that matter to you most.
I just have a question about what do you do in a case like that?
What is that that's inside that man that knows that?
Whatever's on your mind, no matter who the host.
And he gave this sickening smirk.
Yeah.
Got a question or a gripe or giving someone props.
This is the greatest thing I've seen. I look at life differently.
Doesn't matter because the conversation never stops.
You know, have a reason to put a gun on him.
Talk to us.
Armstrong and Getty.
I think they're still handling it with kid gloves and trying to brush it underneath the carpet.
Michael Savage.
Michael, what really happened on September 11th?
Talk to us.
And even Dr. Laura.
And it made me so sick, and I just thought, you know, what a jerk. You know?
I don't understand. Is he blind?
I guess my concern is that...
Talk to us. Hit the buttons, dial the numbers, come on, don't be shy. Might be the only chance you get, so don't let it slip.
You do the talking on the talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
Talk to us.
Savage.
And we keep hearing from the left that they have a First Amendment right to speak their mind, which they most certainly do.
The Savage Nation.
So when you hear one of these left-wing ninnies saying, oh, I said this, and it's protected, how dare you say to me that it's repugnant? Well, because you are a repugnant, wimpy, left-wing commie red from hell.
This is no place for the faint of heart.
And you ought to be thrown off campus, and you ought to lose your job, and you should have your tenure stripped.
Weekdays 4 to 7.
And you don't like it? Let him shut his mouth and salute the flag.
On Talk 650 KSTE.
Speak up. I want you to speak out your values.
It's Dr. Laura.
At every opportunity, speak out.
Your best choice.
This is time to speak out.
I love you.
That's like rule number 1.
All the moms in the marketplace, they go take on the day away. Oh.
Let Dr. Laura solve your problem.
There you are.
Walk like Dr. Laura.
Thank you for taking my call.
Okie dokie.
Check her out weekdays noon to 4.
Join the team.
It's Dr. Laura.
Okay.
On Talk 650 KSTE. Everyone has questions.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
I value your opinion.
Questions.
I'm calling you.
What do you mean? When was that? Was it an accident? Did you know that? What should we do? We do.
I don't know.
When you have questions.
What do you mean you don't know?
Turn to us for the answer.
I like to be informed.
Talk 650. Talk 650 KSTE.
Thank you for being there.
Home of Armstrong and Getty and Dr. Laura.
You guys are dead on with this point.
Sacramento's talk station. Talk 650 KSTE.
For Salt Lake, Matt Hensley goes 5 innings. He allows 8 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. He issued 3 walks and struck out 1. Greg Jones, an inning, 1 hit, no walks and 1 strikeout. Doug Nickel, 1 inning, 1 hit. He struck out 1. And Rich Rodriguez, 1 inning. He struck out 1. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 31 minutes. The attendance, 10,247. The PCL scoreboard, Tucson knocked off Oklahoma 7-3. It was Gosling over Dries. Luis Torreira with his second home run of the year. Brad Cressy in his 8th. Chad Tracy with his 5th. And for Oklahoma, Ryan Ludwig hit his 15th. Albuquerque over Colorado Springs 2-1. Sanders the win. Scott 3-2. Chris Cassell the loss 3-1. Rob Stratton his 26th home run of the year. Omaha hit 4 home runs off Ryan Jensen. They defeated Fresno 7-3. It was Wes Obermiller with a win 9-4. Ryan Jensen the loss 1-4. Mike Kelly with his 7th home run for Omaha. Jared Patterson in his 13th. Benny Agbayani with his 10th. Alexis Gomez with his 5th. And for Fresno, Clay Bellinger hit his 8th of the year. It was Portland over New Orleans, or they're leading New Orleans 4-2. That game was in the 8th. Henry Stanley has homered for the Zephyrs. And for Portland, Tag Bozade has hit his 11th, and Khalil Green has hit his 3rd. Tacoma knocked off Memphis by a final score of 7-1. Brett Johnson the win 1-0. Steve Stemley the loss. He falls to 3-9. When we come back, we'll have the Major League scoreboard, wrap this game up, tell you what's on tap for tomorrow night's game. That coming up after this on Talk 650 KSTE.
My youngest son is 8. The other day at dinner, he looked at me and he says, Mom, can you promise me Dad will come home?
The Dr. Laura Show.
And what did you say?
I told him I can't promise you anything.
When you're talking to a kid and they're upset, you have to have the truth. The truth is not pleasant. It needs to be followed up with very positive things.
can I tell him I'm in pain, I'm hurting, I'm scared too?
Yeah, we all are. America is. But we have to do our best to be okay, even though we're scared. So you tell him, you're hurting, you're scared. So am I. And Dad is depending upon us to be as okay as we can be so he can focus in on what he has to do.
My son did say this morning, Mom, I'm proud that my father's making me able to be free.
Talk about it with Dr. Laura.
I tip my hat to your family because you're the family that's the backbone of America, keeping us free and safe.
Noon to 4 on the Talk Station.
Thank you so much for your show.
Talk 650, KSTE. Listen to what ordinary people are saying about the Armstrong and Getty Show.
My wife heard it on the radio, and she told me about it. My son said, Mom, you ought to try this. He said, it is really good. I thought, well, I'm going to try it. And I did.
I got up the next morning, and honest to goodness, I was so thrilled.
I have 3 kids and 6 grandkids. How's that?
Life really wasn't very enjoyable. I put it on and I could function.
I was able to sleep at night.
It definitely lessens the pain.
It's like an answer to a prayer.
I love it.
I'm real happy with it. It's just a great thing.
I can't believe it. I want to tell everybody in the whole world about it.
My wife used to go nuts.
I was a little bit disgusted. It was a miracle.
I can't praise it enough.
Please, do not quit.
Armstrong and Getty, all natural relief, now a new Gutbuster formula. Use as directed when the boredom of your average talk radio show flares up. Your results may vary. Available as visual stimulation on TV 58. Also available in radio form in Sacramento on Talk 650 KSTE. While supplies last.
My first time calling.
Are you ready to talk on Talk 650?
You bet.
Talk about news.
So maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut.
Talk about life.
Is that normal or should I be troubled?
You ready to talk?
You don't know who to believe anymore. It's like,
Well, I'm just going to make a comment on Good morning.
If you're ready for the best talk in Sacramento, tune to Talk 650.
Is there more, or should we say goodbye?
KSTE.
It is 20th for San Francisco. Tejada is 13th for Oakland. Well, the White Sox beat the Cubs earlier today, 12-3. Former Cub John Garland with a win, 5-6. Sean Estes the loss. He falls to 6-6. Olivo with his 5th home run for the White Sox, and Gonzalez his 7th for the Cubs. It was Toronto over Montreal, 8-4. Corey Lytle his 10th win, now 10-4. Javier Vasquez the loss, falling to 6-5. Greg Myers his 8th home run of the year for Toronto. Frank Catalanato with his 7th. Vernon Wells his 17th. Orlando Hudson hit his 5th. And for Montreal, Andy Chavez hit his 4th. Boston and Philadelphia, they were postponed. The game will be made up at a later date. We don't have, actually, Monday, September 1st, it says here. They're in the 13th inning, 4-4 between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Aramis Ramirez has hit his 6th of the year in that one. The Yankees beat the Mets earlier today by a final score of 5-0. Andy Pettit the win, 7-6. Steve Traxel the loss, 5-5. For home runs in the game for the Yankees, Jason Giambi hit his 19th. Derek Jeter hit his 4th. Alfonso Soriano hit his 19th of the year. Atlanta over Baltimore 6-3. Greg Maddux the win, 6-6. Sidney Ponson the loss, 9-4. John Smoltz his 27th save. Robert Fick hit his 7th for Atlanta. In 11 innings, Florida beat Tampa Bay 3-1. Almanza the win, 4-4. Levine the loss, 2-5. Cabrera his first home run for Florida. It was Milwaukee over Minnesota 3-2. Leskanic the win, 4-0. Rincon the loss, he falls to 1-3. Kansas City over St. Louis 10-4. Lima the win, 1-0. Morris the loss, 7-5. Desi Relaford his 5th home run of the year. Angel Baroa hit his 8th. Ken Harvey with his 6th. At Coors Field, Detroit beat Colorado 7-5. Marat the win, now 2-11. Ellerton the loss, 3-3. Higginson with his 5th. Witt his 4th. Munson his 10th. And for Colorado, Norton hit his 2nd. San Diego with a 5-run 9th to defeat Seattle 5-3. That's great news. Matthews the win, 3-3. Nelson the loss, 3-1. And Rondell White with his 12th home run of the year for San Diego. They're in the 9th inning at Bank 1. It's 5-4. Cincinnati over Arizona. Guillen has hit his 13th for Arizona. Womack has hit his 2nd, and Hammock has hit his 3rd. And the Dodgers beat the Angels 5-2. Hideo Nomo the win, 8-6. Jared Washburn the loss, 6-8. Gagne his 28th save. Garrett Anderson hit his 17th home run for Anaheim. And the Dodgers, Jordan with his 6th, Sean Green his 8th, Ron Coomer his 1st, and David Ross with his 3rd home run of the season. Well, the Rivercats win this one 7-0 behind their 21-year-old phenom Rich Harden. Solid outing for Rich, 7 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Truly dominating performance. Rivercats sweep Salt Lake. They take 11 of 16 overall against the Salt Lake Stingers, and quite a win it was. A shutout victory. The Rivercats with their 7th shutout of the season, and they will take on Omaha tomorrow night. The Rivercats will take on the Omaha Royals. as the River Cats will try to make it 5 straight, as it will be Scott Mullen for the Royals against left-hander Eddie Yarnell. I'd like to thank our engineer, Mark McGee. Great job tonight, Mark. For Mark McGee, this is Johnny Nosco bidding you farewell from Raley Field in West Sacramento, where the River Cats shut out Salt Lake. They sweep this series, and they win this game by a final score of 7-0. For Mac, this is Johnny. Good night, everybody.